Hello, hello.
Yeah, check it. Yeah, we are live. I'll go on mute and see how the voice is. Meanwhile, you can talk. Yeah, all good. Clarity good. Sound good. We're all good.
Dofish is also casting. Yeah,
So,
boy.
I don't think so. You guys will be there. If Dope wants to join, go ahead. Uh, you have Capture Edge Pro, Fenrir? Okay.
Dofish is also casting. Yeah. Dofish is also casting. Yeah. Yep. I'm here. Can you stream? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Waiting for the other captain to join. So, Fenrir, how's the weather at your place? It's pretty cold. Wow, negative 2 degrees. It must be freezing for you out there. So you're based out of New York, right? Colorado. Okay. It must be snowing over there, right?
Guys,
Bit of
Fenrir,
sunshine.
we are not able to hear you on the stream. We are not able to hear you. Yeah, only dead cops we can hear.
Try opening OBS
Yes.
once.
Okay, I think my mic should be good now.
Yeah, you're sorted
All
now.
right,
Good.
awesome. All right, so Dead Cops, after 3-0ing every single team that's out there, how's your feeling?
I am feeling confident. I'm feeling good.
Yeah, to be honest, I did expect something like this to happen, but 3-0 on, what was it? It was 9-0, right? Overall?
Yes, it
Yeah,
was 9-0.
that was kind of unexpected. I think I was counting on Adu to carry, but I think Thunder and Fragstar and New, in fact, have all been like performing at a higher level,
I mean, that's a scenario when you like prepare them. When you tell them you do this one thing, but you do this one thing right,
Mhm.
then they can do that.
Oh yeah, and
So that was the expectation from both Thunder and Neo.
like today the new making a castle forward and all of that shenanigans. I was like, man, this looks like your play level plays.
You never know.
Yeah,
They are based, nearby only.
so Bangalore, I'm sorry, Delhi has SMR. You guys have Mr. Rio, is it?
Mm, Neo is based out of China.
Hong Kong.
Yeah, Hong Kong, sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right. Okay, we see Onkar has just joined. So I'll switch over to the draft. All right. So the home map picks main the choices are pretty much. I'll just go back for a second. So game one is on 4 lakes, Dead Cops, and Mumbai has chosen Oasis, and Bangalore have chosen Arabia. Very similar maps, right?
Mm, Yeah, like Oasis, I would say sometimes it can be a bit open in terms of strategy, but Four Lakes and Arabia have pretty much the similar sort of gameplay.
Right, but in even Oasis, if you can play one side, like you push one side, it kind of, unless you're walling and switching up the gameplay into a closed map scenario, feel like
Right.
general idea would be similar, right?
So earlier, I used to see a lot of walling and playing defensive and booming, but recent meta, when you see these 18 pop-up coming, it totally changed the meta for Oasis. So you
Right,
really don't get that time to wall up that
right,
early.
yeah,
So it used to be pretty common that the flank defense till the pocket goes FC,
right.
but now it's pretty much played like Arabia only.
And I think in Bombay we are not very familiar with like a French rush kind of a strategy to wall up, for example. So regardless, I think double
I
range
mean,
archers 18 pop definitely still seems to be pretty good.
yeah, because French Rush timing is also like almost coinciding with the 18 pop
Right.
archer play.
I mean, the difference
So
is
if
you
you just
can
get two,
delay the archery range a little bit if with your French rush, for example.
mm, it's debatable. Like nowadays, I've seen a lot of people they adapt
Hmm.
and they have started putting their
Range is
production near
slightly
the TC
behind.
range.
Right.
Yeah. So when you're able to like put it in a much more defensive position and just put some small walls on your open like gold, I would say, is the only place that you can realistically pressure with your
Right.
French fur, because gold is always exposed, and if you send like new villagers to gold,
Mm-hmm.
so even if your two
Yeah,
villagers
but
are
even
walled,
there, you can probably fight the French rush and just get one archer out, and you can just push back the French rush.
right?
It
So
needs a
French
little bit of
fur,
micro, the French rush, I would think.
right?
All right, let's
But
go back
again,
to
you
the Civ draft. They've started it. So
yeah.
let's look at the draft. So Onkar has banned Britons and Ethiopians, and Levy has banned Georgians and Persians. Interesting. So one team went for the archers, another team went for the pocket civs.
So the reason behind this is because Livy's team is more focused towards archer play. Like if you talk about Livy himself, he's a
Right,
pretty good archer player. Kappa is also playing a lot of flank.
right,
So it makes sense that they would want to ban out the strong flank saves. And same goes for Livy's team, because Ongar is like a top tier pocket, and 4 is also a pretty good pocket
right.
if
And
he wants to play.
if you look at the pick so far, it seems to mirror that exact sentiment. These
Yeah,
guys, Onkar has just picked 4 pocket civs at a row in a row,
right.
while Levy has gone for Mayans, Portuguese, and then Lithuanians, Hindustani.
So it totally makes sense. So if you focus on the strengths of the player, you would want to pick the um, civs that favor your style of gameplay.
Right.
So just to give you a bit of a sneak peek from what strategy me and Adu had prepared for the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So we were like let's pick both of our civs first,
Right.
and then we'll think about other people later.
Makes sense. Kind of similar strat is what I went for as well. Picking for Link and me first, and then giving the more generic, easy to use civs for the others.
Right.
All right. So looking at this, I'm surprised Hindustani Malian is a very fast pick. I don't know if Malian is that OP in Four Lakes
I
that
mean,
you go
you
for
want
the second
some
pick.
sort. I mean, you want some sort of bonus for,
Hmm.
so maybe that's the rationale behind Malians. I mean, it is a like you get some savings to get those fishing ships one pop faster up, and then because you get
Yeah, but I
camels
mean,
also, you can
Lithuanians, you
pressure
can
pocket
literally
to
just
pocket.
go straight to the dock first thing. I feel like maybe Onkar should have gotten Lithuanians first rather than
So
Malians.
the issue with Litho is again in the Castle Age.
The
Maybe he
relics.
wants to. So Castle Age Malians will have slight advantage over Lithu. So if you are like on Fold Lakes, the game is pretty heavy on the pocket side.
Right.
So if pocket can like really make a impact with their save,
Yep.
so that can like really snowball the game in one side or the other.
I agree. Yeah, Four Lakes is more of a pocket dominated map.
Yeah,
I
because
think.
if you see what happened between Dragon Doomster in the tournament,
Mhm.
it was the pockets who did the heavy lifting. Flanks were there to play a support role.
Right. Well, I mean, in this case, you have Kappa and Livy are pretty good at generally open maps as
Right.
archers. So, I don't think they can be discounted that much.
So again, they are trying to play to their strengths. That is,
Right. I would have
standard
actually liked
Arabia
to
sort of a game.
see, I would have liked to see Spanish instead of Cumans in this case. Spanish,
But why?
because with Spanish, you don't even need to go to the gold. You can actually just get like three upgrades, like technology upgrades, like blacksmith, not blacksmith, sorry, wood upgrade, food upgrade, and
And
then
that
you
will
get
get you
one,
the
yeah, and
goal
you'll get the
to
gold to
pick
get
up
bloodlines.
bloodlines.
Oh, there we go.
But
Spanish comes in.
yeah,
I mean, Spanish.
I think
I kid you not. I played Spanish a bunch of times, and they feel so smooth. Like once you get into feudal age, you don't worry too much about your gold. You don't make a mining camp. You don't send two villagers to gold. So that's actually resources saved.
I mean, that is true, but where I would like to differ a little bit is you would want food bonuses more compared to the gold bonus.
Sure, but I mean, if you're
Like
looking at
early
cumans,
game
that's
getting,
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Like Spanish over cumans is what I'm thinking of, rather than
I think
other
humans
sets.
was picked for Oasis where you don't really get hit at the pocket that
If
easily.
you can wall, if you can wall.
Yeah. So humans, if they get rolling,
Mm-hmm.
they can like really snowball out of
Yeah.
control. And
Yeah,
even
like
like
Levy's team, if you see right now, Bohemians is a good option for Oasis. Cumans is a good option for Oasis.
Hans is also a very good option.
Eh, I would prefer Huns on Four Lakes or not even Four Lakes, maybe Arabia even, because late game,
So
the only thing they give you is paladins. But you want something like Spanish on Oasis to have the bomber tower and bomber cannon options.
that is true, but like as we were talking about the meta being like super duper aggressive early
Mm-hmm.
on. So Hans gives that, early number of scouts, and
I
then
would
you
think
don't
they
have
would be more
to.
viable on Arabia in that way, right?
So Arabia, the issue is because the game is very aggressive, and own car and all, they like to play a lot of pocket to pocket. So that walling will start to become a bit of a challenge
Right. Fair point.
because
Yeah.
they don't get the houses and all. So
But that's the
Oasis
thing.
is much
See,
more favorable.
OS playing pocket to pocket is risky because on both sides, I don't think they have bad flanks. Like Bangalore have pretty good
Right.
flanks on both sides.
That is true, but usually what happens is what Onkar will do is he'll sneakily go, kill 2 3 villagers,
Mm-hmm.
and then go back to his flank again
Right,
to support. Meanwhile, the flank will not take damage, and the other pocket is also distracted. So
right,
Onkar that way is very tricky.
right. All right, so we have all the civs. Let's do a quick before the game starts. Let's. So they've also sniped Kamar and Mayans. Interesting that they sniped Mayans rather than humans, for example, in this case.
Mm, Again, they would want to take out the flank player
Right.
picks because their flanks are stronger. They are not.
But
I
I
mean,
mean, I'll tell you
their
this.
pockets are nothing to be scoffing at.
Right,
But
like I'll tell you this, wrong is deceptively good, in pocket,
yeah, I
especially
totally agree.
if you have a good flank, he just overperforms very well.
All right,
All
I
right, so
totally
first
agree.
game is 4 legs. What do you think? Why don't you
Um,
say for what do you, which one do you want to go for? Do you want to go for Levy's team or Onkar's team?
I think Ornka's draft is a bit more tricky. I'll take that.
Okay. What are your
So
pocket options?
pocket options would be Malay and
Malay?
uh, Malians. Sorry, Malians.
Okay.
Malians.
Are you
My bad.
remembering our game? You were Malay, I was Turks.
No, no, no. I wanted to say Malians. I just misspoke.
All right, so Malians is a
Uh,
good choice. Yeah. What's the other option?
let's go with elimination. I would pick the flanks. I think Japanese and Dravidians would be the flanks for
Right.
that. And pocket
I mean, Jap and Malay can also be an option. Or I mean,
for
Dravidians is a
pocket.
surefire pick, right?
Yeah. Japanese, because like again, you can get the fishing ships a bit earlier, and then you get the
Right.
work rate bonus and all that. So
But
you
I'll
would
add a
want
point
to.
here. Yasama towers are really good on Oasis. So if they're thinking in that way, I would rather play Japanese on Oasis rather than 4 legs.
Uh,
Then
I
again,
mean,
Malay
that
also
is
get
true.
BBTs, BBC, all of those options.
That is true, but again, if I would want to pick Japanese, I would personally pick it on 4 legs because there are way too many bonuses catering towards a good fish eco and a faster uptime.
I mean,
And on
Italians
aggressive
also
maps,
have that advantage if you think about it. Cheaper fishing ships, cheaper uptimes.
so with the Japanese, what happens is because you save 50 wood on the first, you have that extra wood to put that dock faster. And because dock is up faster, your first fishing ship will be 1 or 2 pop faster compared to
Mm,
even Italians.
mm, Not really, because you still have to get 75 wood. I've tried that build with
Uh,
Japanese. Eh, They are not that much better than Italians. I would actually prefer Italians over Japanese.
uh, okay. Um, I mean,
But
like both
okay,
of the
but if
ships are
you
very,
again,
very good
yeah, so I think,
because Italians, the thing that is going for Italians is that because their uptime is a bit cheaper.
mhm,
So, faster Castle Age, faster Imperial Age, that really favors when you're getting the food income. And also because you get cheaper fishing ships, you can
right,
add, 1 or 2 extra fishing ships compared to any other generic ship.
right.
Uh,
All right. So I
So
think
I
my
agree.
other
It
thought
is a
with
bit tricky.
Pocket is they might go for Romans.
Yeah, I was also thinking Romans might be an option, but again, let's see.
All right. I don't see
Because
them
if you
starting
consider,
their game yet. Let's see if we can check quickly if they've hosted.
yeah,
Okay, I don't see any host yet. All right, so we are good to continue our conversation in that way.
alright.
All right,
I think,
so I'll put this. We are saying Dravidians is a definite option for game one,
y-
right?
yeah,
And
and Japanese and
Malians is
Italians are 2 plus.
definitely an option
Yeah.
for game one. I still think Japanese should be played on Oasis because of the fact that they have, but at the same time, both Italians and Malay have BBT options. So, sure, let's do Japanese on 4 legs. And then you're saying Romans, right? You're agreeing with Romans.
Yeah, Romans or maybe Magyar, maybe.
I think Magyar is just an easy pick for Arabia. Like
True.
Magyar, Franks is just straightforward picks for Arabia, and then you have Teutons and Slavs for Oasis.
So how many pockets do they have? Like
They have
1, 2,
6.
3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pockets.
Yeah. So I would say Teutons is definitely
Like one.
Oasis. So I'll put 3 as Oasis.
Magyar Franks, you're saying on Arabia.
Yeah, Magyar, Franks, and Arabia just seems
Much more viable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Bangalore team for the first game.
Right.
What do you think? I think
first
Lithuanians
one,
is a surefire pick for.
yeah, Lithu is a short pick.
I think Hindustanis is. Hindustanis, Berbers, Spanish
Hindustanis,
ones.
Hindustanis can also be a good pick on Oasis.
Mhm.
Oh, sorry, Four Lakes because again because it is pocket
Right.
dominant, so you would want to get that bonus for buildings
Right.
in
So
early
then the
feudal.
question comes: where do they play Berbers?
I mean, like one of these civs have to be skipped, so they have one extra pocket if you see.
Yeah, Bulgarians was their last pick, right? So
Right.
I think Portuguese is a good pick for.
I think what
I think
seems
Arabia is
more
the pick.
likely.
Arabia
Yeah.
is the Portuguese, right? Like the wood bonus from Mill, you need that in Arabia.
But also discount on fishing ships, sorry, fire ships and all,
Yeah,
gold discount. That would
not
also really
that
help
much
on
of a
Four
difference, I
Lakes.
think, right?
20% can be a
Well,
decent
I
saving.
mean, then sure. I mean, yeah,
So
it's like
Baiza we can straight up put in
right,
Four Lakes.
4 lakes.
Yeah. And Portuguese, Koreans, like these are two likely saves to be
Right,
in
Portuguese.
four.
The thing is this, which is, I feel like Portuguese, although they are considered a water sieve, I feel like they play much better on like land specific maps rather than on hybrid maps.
Yeah,
In
I
team
would.
games, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, they can easily be played on both the maps. Like
Right,
there is like for Koreans they get wood discount bonus. So you get more fishing ships out just because you're saving more on like archer production and all that.
right,
So I mean, both the saves they are like very close in terms of the dynamics on like Four Lakes and Arabia. I would say
yeah.
pretty similar to each other.
Oh,
Like in one save you just put a few less on wood, and on another save you put one less on gold.
right,
That would be the max difference.
right. Let me pull Sultan in for a second and ask him if they've hosted.
I think they are still in the strategy phase. I can see them being live.
In their captain channels, you mean? Sorry, in their team channels?
In there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't see their team channels though.
I think because they are live, most probably they are discussing their stats and all.
Right. All right. So I think Byzantines, Lithuanians is a clean pick. Portuguese is
Yeah.
the question. I think Mongols is just pretty
I
good
think
on Oasis.
OS is also pretty good. It can
Bohemians.
be
I mean, Bohemians is a clear
Bohemian
choice on Oasis.
Arabia.
Arabia?
Yeah,
I would definitely play them on Oasis.
but why not Saracens? Like you get that if someone walls, then
But
it is much easier for you to break with the Saracens and Hindustanis, for example.
sure,
Just
but
imagine.
like if just for the sake of breaking the walls, I don't think it makes sense to play Hindustanis and Saracens there. Like, you
I mean,
want that late
it's not
game
about
option
breaking the walls.
in Oasis to an extent.
Yeah,
I,
I totally agree with you that because uh, I was playing one of the games with Armenians,
huh.
and I know how much I struggled with
Oh yeah.
having no late game
Right.
options with
And the
them.
thing is, Bangalore are not that much of an aggressive team. Like my game versus Bangalore, for example, on Oasis, what we had as an issue was we were actually aggressive on one side. They were
Yeah.
not actually aggressive with Rong and Kappa. They were actually taking their time to just build their economy. But what happened was,
Uh, with
uh,
their army movements, I saw like from flank to pocket how quickly they went.
right, but
I
that's the
mean,
thing. Like when that opening came through, that's when they quickly switched their gears, right? But until
yeah,
then, if for example ambush had walled on the corner, stone walls, for example, right, then they would have
right.
probably been a little bit more slow with just playing through into Imperial Age. So they can definitely transition from kind of an equal position to an attacking position, but I don't really see them as a very aggressive team.
Uh, I cannot really comment on that because I haven't seen a lot of games from them. But you being in like
On that
much
side,
more
yeah.
face to,
Like
yeah,
I've played three
then
games
you
with
would be
versus
able
them,
to
so
better judge that.
right,
Yeah. So as a spectator, you can only have a certain limited perspective.
right, true.
Uh,
Yeah, you have to be in the game to feel how it was, right? Like I mean,
Yeah,
that's the thing with you. So, for example, it's a player style aspect as well, which is if you take Adu, regardless of who
right,
it is, he is aggressive,
right.
right?
Same goes for me also. Like I like to be like hyper aggressive.
Right. Even if you have 3 minutes of idle time, you still have your scouts out.
Yeah. True. But
No,
like
but to be honest,
for
that actually works quite well. Like I think Bombay, our tournament, it kind of does depend on your ability to pump out army and actually use that army reasonably well.
so it totally depends on like players' play style. Like there are people like Dragon Star
Hmm.
who like to play a bit defensive,
Right.
but still they are able to like once they hit that timing, oh, then you can't do anything
Right.
against
But
them.
I mean, see,
And then
you're talking about Dragonstar, the guy who's in the top 20 in the world, right? Let's talk
right,
about the other people who are there in the Bombay server.
right. So the reason why I had put out Dragon's name instead of someone from Bombay lobby is because I have not seen that level of defensive gameplay out from a lot of people in Bombay. So
And that
when
comes from
people
the
go
fact
aggressive,
that comes from the fact that I mean, that 1v1 ability comes into play as well, right? I would
right?
say our guys in Bombay, most of us don't really play that many 1v1s.
Uh, True, true. So that's why when somebody plays like really, really aggressive, people really struggle out there. So you leave like even chicken untouched. He will
Hmm.
play really, really good.
Exactly.
You send one scout to his base, his whole eco will be disoriented.
Right.
But like there has been a gap of like 1 year since us last played and now came back into the scene.
Right.
Now I've seen people have actually improved a lot in their defensive gameplay. Uh, like even if you talk about JK, he can defend a lot better now compared to earlier. Earlier, it was much easy to kill and speed run.
I think with
So I
JK, it's always depends on the day. Like if he's feeling good, he'll do everything and anything possible to keep himself alive. And then there are days when he'll be like, okay, I'm dead.
but still, like overall, I would say there has been a lot of improvement
Right.
in the overall lobby. Now they know, like I would say, the presence of these high elo players such as Addu, Doomster, you, Morty, it is bringing out better out of these folks.
Right.
It, you
I,
guys are making them push a little bit.
I think to an extent, maybe, but it's a slow push, right? Like, for example, I would like to think of scenarios where, hey, as soon as you're, let's say, 2 or 3 archers behind and you know they're coming to your goal, you just put 10 on a tower and just build that up.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're hosting in 2 minutes, guys.
in 2 minutes. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Sounds good. So, game one, again, I'll just go back to the main screen. Game one is on 4 lakes. And then the home map would be Oasis for Mumbai and Arabia for Bangalore. And probably let's take a second to also thank the sponsors. So Omkar is sponsoring Mumbai and Latkor is sponsoring Bangalore. So
Oh, wow.
they're actually, when it what it means to be a sponsor is they're essentially adding on to the prize pool. So we are yet to
Right, right.
hear back from the admins on what the amount is for the prize pool, but the fact that we have so many sponsors and then the merchandise, the merchandise that's been. What did you think about it? I wanted to ask actually.
Um, so I saw
Maybe
2 mugs
maybe
from
let's do
Old
a
Monk.
little bit of sellout. So I'll just show
Yeah.
the link for the merch. There
Yeah.
is the mouse pad. What do you think about the prices? Do you think it makes people feel like they can actually buy it, keep it as a
So,
memorabilia?
so again, it is not about the price. It's about the contribution you're making towards the prize pool. So a lot of the money that is the margin is going
Mm-hmm.
to the actual prize pool of the
Right.
tournament.
Yeah.
So I saw one of these mugs, a set that was purchased by Old Monk. So
Mm-hmm.
I found those transparent mugs to be like really, really cool. Like even the logo and
You
everything,
mean
plus that
the
transparency
frosted
effect.
beer mugs, right?
Yes,
Oh
yes,
yeah,
yes.
they looked so
Yeah.
good.
Like really amazing, I would say. Like I would say a lot of effort has been put into design and come up with that. So kudos to the team
Yeah.
who have like put in to actual efforts to design these and put it out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
I actually like the fact I would have liked to see the mouse pad be a little bigger, but
right.
still, I mean, it looks nice.
I mean, what you receive in actual would be a bit bigger, I guess.
I
Could be.
mean,
I'm not sure.
these days we are all using like the big long mouse pads there for the entire desk kind of situation, right? So
Uh,
I would
I
have
don't
liked to
think
see
that
that
would be
kind of
much
an
of.
option.
I don't think that would be much of a challenge if you like put it on a bit of a special request.
Right.
Then it can be accommodated.
Maybe
Because
next
logo
season
is
we can do
there,
it.
design is there. It is very easy to just get it printed.
So if given a choice, which one would you definitely? I think you said
Frosted.
the frosted beer mug, right? With
Yeah.
with your team's logo or with the AOEPL logo?
I think it looks much cooler with the like it gives that cool vibe, the AOEPL
Right,
logo. It has
the
that
shades of that
cool.
yellow and purple, I think,
Yeah,
really
yeah,
add to it.
yeah. Exactly. So I would go with the AOEPL logo.
All right.
Although it would be more of a beer mug ki jagah protein shake mug.
That's the one they should be actually adding on, right? Because everybody nowadays, like every person you hear talk to, they're like, "Yeah, I'm going to the gym these days. I'm drinking protein shakes."
Right.
Yeah, Sultan, next time, protein shake mugs. Uh,
I mean, I am pretty much inclined to buy it right now after seeing it again. I'm like, let me take out my wallet and just order it right now.
oh man. Alright, we're still waiting for the game to start. I don't know if they already started. I don't see a lobby yet. Okay, there it is. Wait, they put it in India? Really? Okay, that's interesting. Well, I mean, Kappa is in the East Coast. Wrong is in the West Coast, so they should be okay. I'm the only one, this is the thing. Like, for me, I'm the only one who struggles with India, being around 250, 300 ping generally.
Yeah, because like from US it is
Like,
a bit too
I'm in Colorado, so I'm exactly on the opposite side of the world to India.
right. So in that case, Korea Central or something like that would
Yeah.
be much more favorable.
Yeah, even Southeast Asia. I mean, I tend to play on Southeast Asia most of the time. It's
What ping do you get on SEA?
I get 200, but it's playable.
Yeah, 200. I mean,
Yeah.
I would be crying, especially as a flank.
For sure. Yeah, there was a game I remember where Addu was on my side on Valley, and
Right.
I was playing on Central India, and I had 300 ping versus him. And the thing was, he was, I think, he was Ethiopians or Mongols, one of those is. And I
Right.
was like, man, I can't do anything. uh,
I
right.
think like when you're playing archers, like ping really, really matters because you have to time.
Yeah. I
Like
mean,
anybody would struggle.
I think anything less than 170-ish seems fine. I would
I
say
mean, if
maybe even
you
150. I would say 150, anything less than 150 is usually good. Then again, like I don't think, because of where I am, the minimum ping I get is 60 to 70, regardless. Even on
Okay,
the.
game is about to start. I have the saves and positions if you guys want to
All right, let's see.
put it.
Let's hear it.
Should I copy paste it to you or you want me
copy,
to?
No, you can just tell
I'll,
us, because we had actually listed it down.
okay.
I'm curious to see if we got it
So,
right. Let's go for Mumbai's team first.
okay. 4 is playing flank Japanese.
Okay. Okay. Japanese was right.
Pocket mirror Malian.
Malian. Okay.
Other pocket Omkar Roman.
Okay.
And then other flank Royal Dravidian.
All right. We got that pretty much bang on head cuffs.
yeah.
All right. Bangalore's team. Let's go.
Byzantine Daddy flank.
Okay. Oh, what daddy is playing flank?
Mm.
That is
Interesting.
interesting.
Lithu Kappa
Little
pocket.
kappa pocket. Okay. On what daddy
Makes sense.
side?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Berber wrong.
Okay. Berber wrong.
Korea Livy.
Korea. Okay. Going for Korea. Interesting. All right. So Portuguese not chosen, that cop. See? Told you.
I was confused. Like I was switching between Korea and Portuguese.
Right.
Like they both can do almost similar sort of thing on hybrids.
Right. Right. I'm still seeing. Do I see them in the lobby? Yes, I'm still seeing them. I think they're about to start. Right, let's do a quick check. Let's remove this. Oops. I should have had a little bit more time to set up this stream, to be honest.
No issue.
All right, let's see what the chat is doing. Dead cops bragging about elitist behavior. What is this? What?
I have no idea what he's talking about.
All right, looks
I
like
would
they
like
are
to know
in
more
game.
about from that.
there's the first game. And we can go in and see how much time is left. Okay, a minute 40 seconds. Interesting
Whether
that
Berber,
Wadadi is playing flank with Byzantines. I would have
uh,
probably preferred Wadadi to play four legs because I've actually found him playing pretty decent on four legs.
so the thing is, when you talk about a map like Four Lakes, you want like the carry players to be in the pocket position in such
Right.
maps, because nailing down that fish eco is a little hard. So I don't doubt Wardaddy's capabilities, but I think execution wise, Kappa can do it like a bit better.
Right. But I'll add a caveat to this, which is so far I've not seen Kappa play as many pocket positions as, at least in the last, I'll put it this way, like in the last 3 months, the number of times I've played with him, the number of times that I've seen him play, I've seen him usually go for like a flank play. So I'm curious to see if he has practiced like a four legs pocket build.
That is like something even I have not seen. Like I have been playing with Kappa for a very long time,
Mm-hmm.
and mostly I've seen archers in his hands.
Right.
And let's see today. But like similar thing could have been said about Adu as well. But
Well,
then
but
you
I
saw
mean,
him playing
Adu plays a
pocket
ton
with
of
Dragon.
1v1s. So, I don't think you're actually missing out on as much, right? But Kappa is more of a team game, fun team game player.
Right.
All right, we are in
But
game. But can you see the game? By the way?
yes, I can.
All right, so I need to change. I'll just put the scoreboard. Let's see, best play all three, league. Oops, round 2, and we'll put Mumbai Mangudai here and Bangalore Berserkers. I think I can add an image quickly. Can I add it? No, I don't know. Wait, I do have the Mumbai logo, but I don't know how to do this. Okay, I guess I need to put that. I guess I'll just leave the scoreboards out for now.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go for the map pack and we'll start playing. Go for a small speed. All right, are you able to see this clearly?
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
do you want
I'm good.
to switch it
I'm
on
good.
for yourself?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right. All right, so in the south, we have Bangalore in the even colors. In the north, we have Mumbai with the odd colors for south and even colors for Mumbai.
Right.
And
So I see a map that is like very, very favorable for the pockets and very, very aggressive for the flanks.
right,
So we might see a lot of water fight between
the
all the
flank
flank
players,
players
right,
and a good boom from all the pocket players.
right. So Omkar is on the side of Kappa, and Rong has Mirror and 4 Ruthless on his side, and Levy as his flank. There is some conversation going on that I'm not able to see in game here on Capture Age. So
I think they must.
for Bangalore, the
Yeah.
bottom lake is actually kind of equal distance for both the pockets. I would say slightly closer for Kappa. But for Omkar, the fish is actually interestingly equal on both sides.
Yeah. But again, you would, as a I think the same thing is for Mr. Wrong as well. He would be almost similar distance away from
Not that much,
his
right?
side of
Like
lake.
I can see, like within this frame, I can see the lake. In this
And
side,
what
if I
about
go, it's quite much farther away.
yeah?
So at least like extra 20-25 tiles to the east lake.
Right. But again, as a pocket, you would want to pick the safer lake because uh, it really helps with the boom. There's no risk because even if you're fighting water, sometimes some people can just put one demo in like 4 or 5 fishing ships and that's gone. So it's very risky playing like for a own car to put near Royals
Yeah.
Lake.
This one, I mean, it's kind of like an interesting option to see if he goes for it, and then Royal just walls himself and just plays completely on water.
All right.
All right. Someone has had a
But
work call. Royal needs 2 minutes for his work purpose. Okay, so this is interesting conversation going on.
I mean, I think let's hide that. Let's keep it hidden.
I mean, they decided to talk about it in the chat, so no longer privy to it.
Yeah.
All right, so quickly looking at if anyone has an idle TC standing out. No, good so far. Everybody is doing well. I can see 4 villages. Oh, okay. So okay, that's the sheep. Okay, and 4 Ruthless already has a scout at the water. Nobody yet going for a dock. Everybody is still putting their villagers on the woodlines.
Let's see what adaptation Onkar makes because his dock is like really, really far. He
Right.
has to send
No,
that
it looks
will.
like he's going to
Oh
the
no.
back. He's going for the safe pond, looks like.
Yeah.
Not taking any risks. He just wants food. He doesn't want fights. Which is a fair choice, I guess.
How many villages? 5 villages, right?
5
On food.
villagers onward, and then honestly here, being a little bit of a build order freak, I would have probably
Yeah.
sent the 5th villager first towards the dock and then to the woodline because you're going pretty far off.
Exactly. Like I would have done the same thing. I mean, these are like small optimizations
Right.
that you learn after practicing 4 lakes like multiple times.
Someone's already getting loom. Interesting. Okay, 4 is
Oh,
not taking any
how-
risks. Alright, but here's the first fight. Oh, he misses. He doesn't see it.
ouch.
Livy is messing up his. Man, that could have been a villager hit. Come on.
I mean, it's okay. You would want to like.
No, but that's denied. Like you saw Livy making all the palisades, right? If this guy Mirror had just hit that villager, that dock is denied.
That is true, but like if you get a scout, that is also like fair enough.
But good start, I think, for Mumbai at
Good
this
start.
stage. This
Yeah.
dock is pretty delayed. The fish is already coming out for 4.
I think the uptime for Libby will be delayed as well because
Bit
that
delayed,
fish
yeah.
is out late and your first villager is not collecting the
Right.
food.
And look at the idle time here. He's also. Oh boy.
No.
There was
He's
a
at
little
1
bit
second
of
idle.
idle time. I mean, the worker
Okay.
idle time. Worker efficiency.
It's fine. Okay.
Right. Kinda needs to stabilize himself a little bit here. Let's see the pocket here. Wrong. So far looking pretty clean. Has a dock, 2 fishes. Kappa has 2 fishes. War Daddy has 2 fishes. Alright, looks like everybody is pretty much in a similar timeline, and first to click up is Kappa, followed very closely by Onkar. And I see Wrong has also clicked up, War Daddy has also clicked up.
Oh, wow.
Ruthless is just clicking up. Royal
The
is
build
kicking out.
from Wardaddy is pretty clean. Like
Yeah.
if he's able to do that with like 19 pop with Byzantines.
Yeah, I mean, probably could have just made that extra villager,
Oh.
to be honest. But
Oh
again.
shit! Yeah, I forgot. There's like one villager.
Kappa is doing a nice team play with luring the last deer. Let's see how many villagers they have on gold and wood. This is the one that messes up in Feudal Age, right? So 3 on gold. This is too early, I feel. Of course, it looks like this is more of a water play.
Yeah, if you're gonna make fires, I think that is more expensive on gold.
Right.
So hence you need a bit more on gold early on.
And
just to get
Dravidian
those,
is
like-
also adding a second dock. On the other side, 4 is adding a second dock, but Levy is not. Which is interesting. I think in your game, the same kind of a scenario happened, right? Where Fragstar did not even go for the water, just went straight for archers.
He forgot.
Okay,
That was not
so
a
it was not a
decision.
strategical choice. It was just...
He just forgot. Just a disclaimer out there.
Got it. See, you should have kept it, man. You should have been like, yeah, that was our strategy. We did it, you know? You're being way too truthful.
I mean, that can be done for future games, but let me just put it out there. It was a shocker to me when Fraxa was like, oh shit, मैं तो dock बनाना भूल गया. मैंने तो 18 pop build कर लिया.
Alright, so this is going to be interesting. 4 is going for nothing on land, while Levy already has 2 ranges. And 4 is going for fire galleys instantly. On the other side, there is a fire galley war pretty much. And Onkar scouts are coming forward. Levy's Kappa scouts are coming forward. Wrong scouts are coming forward. And
What is
double
the play
scouts
from
for
pocket?
mirror. Double stable for mirror.
Ouch. It hurts.
I think he has a pretty safe pond. He's made a second dock as well. 9 fishing ships. The main thing now is to keep 4 from dying, so he gets full control of water.
Right. I think he has the control of water. He just needs to quickly switch over to the land.
Yeah, actually, now I don't think he should be making any more fire ships or demo drafts anymore. Like, you're only seeing 1 dock. Where's your barracks?
He's going to take a lot of damage.
This is going to be a problem.
Yeah.
And there's the archers coming in with fletching.
I mean,
It's going to be pushed back. Rushed barracks. Alright, let's look at the other side. Wrong is actually pushing back. Wrong is pushing back Royal pretty well. Byzantine. Wardaddy. Sorry.
Wardaddy is a Byzantine, so totally makes sense.
Yeah, I think in this case, Royal should have added a 3rd dock as well in that, right? Like,
can you show if Wardaddy has any military buildings yet?
He's just coming up with his range.
What about Royal?
Royal has 2 ranges and archers coming out, so he's pretty much given up on water, looks like.
Right.
And on the other side, already Wrong is in 4's base. Can he clear it up? Can Royal clear it? Mirror clear this up?
I mean, you have to. Yeah. That tower is a bit late. You have already taken damage, or.
And it's not a great tower either. It's a very bad tower.
Yeah.
The position should have just ignored this at this point and gone to a different goal.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So in terms of scout numbers, looks like Mirror has less than Wrong.
Yeah, because his stables were up very, very late. Like, he went for double stables, but they were like very late put up. He went for a greedy first dock earlier.
Yeah, I think the second dock was probably not that required that fast.
Yeah, you can delay it a bit. I mean, like, you produce like 7-8 fishing ships, then you add a dock while you have like double stables producing.
Right. On the other side, let's see. Okay, Wadadi has made the tower in a good place at a fast
That is a
time.
very smart. So that is a very smart move from Wadadi that he preemptively made that tower, expecting that his military will be delayed on land
Yep.
because he had to invest like a bit heavier.
Yep.
Can you quickly show the water from Wadadi?
Oh, he's completely dominant. It's just dead.
Okay. Okay.
On the other side, 4. I feel like this is a very heavy investment. This was way too much. Like demo
Yeah.
ships, fire ships. Well,
What?
kind of
Why
explains
would
why
you
you're
do that?
behind.
Now you have to do scum spear defense.
Right. And the good thing is he has his food very much in there, and he can probably keep adding fish in this pond. But now Mirror is kind of behind. That is a very interesting tower. Look at that position of that tower. Can you tell me which resource it's protecting? That tree.
It protects little bit of everything.
I think it's for that specific tree, right? That straggler tree is gold.
So think about this. If someone is going to come to dive this tower, it will be much easier to wall one less tile.
Right.
Think from that perspective. Right?
But I think that tower is the least of Mumbai's worries because now Omkar is getting hit, and Omkar is trying to
Omkar
push
is in
back.
double stable, right?
Yeah, but he's in the front with his army, and this area is going to be in a difficult situation.
I think this is a very greedy play from Omkar that he has sent like so many on gold this early.
Lalit saying that's a Christmas tree that needs to be protected at all costs. Very true. That's the tree that's going to be useful in 2 days' time.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mirror is taking that fight with
Does Mirror have all
just
the
plus
upgrades?
1. With just plus 1.
Yikes.
And Wrong already has bloodlines. He has +1/+1. Oh man, that's a cleanup.
Yikes.
And Wrong is already halfway to Castle Age. On the other side, Omkar is going to be first to Castle Age, but he's out of gold.
I mean, you don't really need that much gold early on.
Maybe
Unless
not,
until
but
you're
where's his
greedily
army?
going
That's the
up.
question. With what army? His army is just coming back and he's got just barely 4, 5, 6 scouts now.
I hope he's got light cav at least. He's able to afford that.
He is able to afford +2, but not light cav at this point.
Because light cav would easily clear all of this and
Right.
stabilize that.
But this is a lot of investment for Mumbai's team to clear all of this army. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Wrong is just
And the thing
starting
with light cav
to...
upgrade is that even if you're denied of gold, you can still keep producing light calves until you stabilize your base.
Right, but that's the thing. He couldn't afford light cav. I mean, he's going for gill nets before light cav. I would say
Maybe he does not have a market for getting the light upgrade.
he doesn't have the gold. You think? Let's see. Yeah, he has 40 gold. Well, light cav is what, 50 gold? I think it's 150 food and 50 gold, if I remember.
Yeah. 150.
That's unfortunate for him, though. Well, he has 3 TCs. He has 15 fishing ship, which are working pretty well. With gill nets now, they should be a little bit even better. Actually, way more than 15, I think. Yeah, just 15. Alright, on the other side, what's 4 doing? Still on scums. Levy is coming forward
I
again.
really like that Great Wall of China from
From Wrong.
Mr. Wrong.
Again, it's a nice idea, but dude, there is a pretty big gap here. If looks like you guys forgot about it, and then there is this whole area that needs to be looked at.
So Great Wall of China is old, right? It must be having some holes by now.
True. Yeah, especially towards the sea is what I've heard.
Yeah.
I don't think this is a favorable fight for Omkar to take. He should be running away from here. But I guess Royal is doing pretty well with his archer numbers.
I mean, still no light cav upgrade. Like,
Yeah. I mean, right now he doesn't need it anymore, right? He has like 2 scouts remaining. 1 scout.
I mean, if you have like 5 scouts, it's still worth taking the light cav upgrade.
Right. Maybe
Because,
he decided to prioritize his knight numbers over getting
right.
light
But
cav
still, like
upgrade at this point.
the amount of HP and attack you get is like equivalent to producing 2 knights with just 5-6 scouts.
Right. On the other
I
side, Mirror is still stuck in Feudal Age, while Wrong is coming in with 18 knights. This is looking kinda desperate for Mumbai. And the first thing he does is he queues 12 camels.
Okay, he has like 4 stables. Oh my god.
He has 6 tables. What are you looking at?
Oh my. Oh my
Well, now
god.
5 stables. Only 5 stables now.
I mean, maybe he was expecting
Well,
those forward ones to be.
I guess they are
But,
using the Malian bonus in the right way.
Exactly. So he's like, you know what? You kill one stable, I have like 3 more behind. Haha. Checkmate. But I really love the fish eco
Oh, wow.
from.
Okay, look at this. 4 is going cav archers. Well, that's actually a good idea, to be honest.
That
Since
is
you have not
good
made
idea on
any
paper,
since you have not
but,
made any army in Feudal Age.
that is very greedy as well.
Well, but Japanese cav archers do have the +2 bonus attack versus archers.
Can you once show me the fishing ship for? Oh my god, 31 for mirror. Damn.
Yeah,
He's booming
he's
like
just
crazy. He's
booming.
like Black
And
Foresting it.
He's exactly like, look at this. All the fish traps and such. Where is his army?
So
His
in
army
like
is in the middle.
in like next 10 minutes, his like water eco would be like anything.
Crazy, yeah. Well, the good thing
But-
is their will count is actually pretty similar. Army count is pretty similar at this stage. I don't know how that
Right.
happened after 4 just completely misread his flank position.
I mean, a similar sort of a boom can be started in fourth lake as well.
Right. I mean, he does have a lot of fishing ship. He has
Right. So he should
17.
be going up like much faster and having like all the upgrades.
absolutely.
So four should
Yeah.
know how to capitalize on like such a big lead.
This fight is looking equal so far. 14 knights to 10 knights. Oh, Wrong also joined on this side to try to compensate. But I feel
So
like
we
that's a
have-
mistake because now they are not pushing 4 anymore. And 4 has 3 TCs and they are the ones pushing.
Because comp wise, I would say it favors on the side of 4 and mirror. They have camels and cav archers. They both like hit hard. Like,
Uh,
oh
Right.
come on!
And
How many
Levy's-
wheels are we going to see?
Levy's position, he's just trying to come back to help Wrong.
Right.
But they
And
have the
also-
mobility.
Yeah, so this map is such an open and mobile map that archers can just keep chasing you forever.
And you can keep running with your cav archers. This is actually
Exactly.
perfect for 4.
Right.
And on the other side now looks like Mumbai is stabilizing a lot better because every one of them have 3 TCs except Mirror. While on this side, both the pockets have TCs, but they're both getting attacked.
So once 4 Ruthless gets his archer mass going and 5 stable production from mirror, I don't think they have an answer to that comp.
No, I actually agree because with the water, well, Levy is trying to come back onto water, looks like.
Levy is like, I'm not taking any of that shit.
He wants the water back. He really wants the water back.
But that is very smart from Levy because 4 Ruthless while he's busy.
Yeah.
I mean,
But at the same time, his base is also
Japanese
getting
fishing
hit.
ship. It's Japanese fishing ship also. Like that is very sad.
It's not going to die very fast. Exactly.
I
But-
mean,
Oh, this is a
Idea
huge.
count.
This is a
Good efforts
huge
for
kill.
idea.
Let's look at the will count for Levy. He's at 40 versus
Oh,
4
no, he has
Ruthless
no
at
fish.
100.
Yeah, because he has fish eco and food eco set up. So, like, from this point onwards, like, 4 Ruthless could pretty much solo half of the
Yeah,
map.
on this side, yes, it looks pretty. Looks like Levy
And
is
then
very
Mirror
behind.
can just pressure on the other side and, like, double, triple both Kappa and
Right, so
Wadadi.
meanwhile, on the other side, Royal has also tried to come back on water sneakily, trying to get a few fire ships to kill. But
But he'll be
Wadadi
disappointed. Where are the fishing ships?
But Wadadi is already 80% up, I would say.
But he's like very, very behind. What, like, I think.
Wadadi's
Unless
eco
and
is looking
until,
quite fragile, yeah.
Until
But Royal
unless,
is not exactly
Onkar
too
makes
far
a
forward.
blunder,
Yeah.
I would say until unless Onkar's team makes a blunder, they should pretty comfortably win this. Now they just need to play safe, build a safe eco, and like play onto their advantages. You know, get the imp timings going and all that.
And interestingly enough, Wrong is the one who's clicked up faster on their side, while 4 is still yet to click up. I thought 4 would have clicked up with the number of fishes that he has, but he hasn't. Let's look at the resources for a second. 4 is still needing food. Kappa is not close to clicking up anytime soon. And on the other side, Mirror is looking good enough to click up pretty soon, to be honest, and Royal too.
And
So Royal
Onkar is
just needs
almost
to
up as
soak
well.
up. Yeah, and Onkar can easily help soak up the pressure from War Daddy with his with his knight numbers at this stage. He has 44 knights.
Mr. Wrong being Berber, so he can very easily flood out a lot of heavy camels and soak up the early.
Yeah. This side is just. I feel like this side is so chaotic. Like at one point of time, Livy's 38 villagers looks like they are getting pushed back. Now it's 4 getting pushed back again.
Yeah, he has barely any military numbers now.
And Wrong is now in Imperial Age. So is he affording Cavalier? No, not yet. And Kappa is doing a pretty good job keeping Onkar occupied by doing a lot of raids.
I think the same thing should really start from Onkar as well. Unless until he starts getting a lot of raid onto Kappa and Wrong Siko, they are going to be in a lot of trouble.
He's actually coming to the other side to help, but I think he has to wait before taking a fight.
I mean, I don't think this makes sense at all. Like, trying to help other side is all good, but they are in a much stable position. Like
this fight that you are taking, sure, it's good, but at the same time, your side is now getting hit very hard.
Yeah, like imagine if those knights were in the base of Kappa, Wadadi.
Right, or even Royal's base to just clear up these arbalists.
Yeah, because the thing is, water right now is getting depleted, right? So they have to all shift on their eco. And that is the sweet spot when you instantly lack a lot of food because you don't have land eco and all of your eco was water. And imagine getting hit at the same time. That does like so much damage. I mean,
yeah, I feel like this was a desperate call from the other side, which required OS to come.
And as you can see, Onkar is now starting to struggle versus the heavy camels.
We said Mumbai might look comfortable, but I don't think they're looking comfortable anymore.
Yeah, because from the position you are at, you need to realize when you're at a comfortable position and need to take a step back and build from that.
Right.
You take risky moves when you have to make a comeback, not when you are in a good position.
Mirrors. Where is Mirror clicking up at any point?
Royal
he should be clicking up. Okay, finally he clicks up. Alright. Royal should be in. He is in Imperial now. he still does have equalish economy.
But I'm really impressed with Kappa's eco.
Yeah, Kappa
mean-
with 140 villagers. Paladin should be able to come in if he saves up a little bit. I mean, even though Levy's situation is not great, Wrong is actually killing them 1v2. Like, I see Wrong's raid all over the place. Mirror is not able to do anything to counter his army right now.
I mean, Mirror needed to realize when it was the right time to stop making army and click up.
Right.
Him delaying Imperial Age so much has put all the advantage from 4 Ruthless behind.
Back on, yeah. And War is doing a smart castle here, so this main gold is just never going to be in the hands of Royal. And Kappa is
We
coming.
see Scorps from interesting.
From the Roman guy, yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this stage, with Paladin coming in, it's not looking
They don't
very
have
good.
any map.
Yeah.
They don't have any map
And look at
to
this.
do anything.
Mirror is dead.
Yeah. We should hear a GG call.
GG coming in
anytime
soon. Yeah. I mean, yes, Levy was behind, but I guess Wrong really carried on the other side. Like, look at the economy for Wrong. 144 villagers, non-stop 200 population. And here these guys can just wait to take the fights. Kappa and Wardaddy can just wait to take the fights, and
Ouch.
OS and
That's
Royal
an-
can't do anything. I wonder if Kappa got a relic or two. Oh, he did. He got a bunch of relics. He's got 3 relics in his hand, and he can easily get a 4th and a 5th even, but 4. Yeah, Paladin almost in. I think this side is
And
also
that
looking
is going to be a clean
GG.
sweep. Yeah. I mean, that was a very crucial moment when Onkar went to save
Yeah,
4
I
Ruthless.
think
Instead, if
it-
he had gone to trade the bases, he could
Exactly.
have done a lot more damage.
with his uptime, with his much faster uptime, if he had gone straight into, let's say, Kappa's base and Wrong's base.
Yeah, his Rico would be in shambles right now.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be getting these paladins and all that. And even Wrong's base. Wrong is also slowly adding the land eco.
And the GG is
He
called.
would have been in a... Yeah. Who do you think would be MVP in this?
I think Wrong in this case makes sense because his KD looks pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like if I look at
I
his
would.
KD, he's at 239 to 105. So yeah. Yeah, so that first game goes to Bangalore. That was very chaotic. I think both sides had options.
I think a bit of greediness from Onkar's
Onkar,
team. Yeah. They were in a very, very good position. They had to do nothing, just sit back in their bases, just defend till they get their Imperial timings, till they get their upgrade, and just conserve your army. Just don't put it out on the field when you know you're ahead. When you know you have a whole pond to yourself. You just sit back and relax
I
and
mean,
take those slow
I actually
advantages.
thought Mirror's double talk kind of paid off almost, but then the fact that he took a fight in Onkar's base without even having bloodlines, without having attack upgrade, uh, I don't know. That just felt bad. Like the whole economy is there, but he's not able to sustain because 4 also got hit very fast.
Correct. Like I would be expecting more from 4 because he was in a much better position in this
Yeah.
side.
I mean, he should
So
have been able to click up much faster than.
exactly, he should be an imp
Yeah.
and getting those heavy cab archers hit like a truck.
I was hoping for the same because once they got onto Wrong's base, I thought they were actually in a pretty good situation, but then
Yeah.
and then they lost that army, and then there was the point when they did really well with Levy's base also. They literally brought him down to about 30 villagers.
Oh wow. Yeah, he was at 30 wells, no water, and then you're giving up that position. Like
Yeah, 30
that
wells,
is
no
not.
water. That should be a very clean advantage.
Yeah,
But
like you have like 17, 18 fishing ships.
fishing
That puts
ships,
you at a, like you're at 90 eco, and like either you should have a massive army, like 60 cav archers on the field, or you should be imp with
right?
like 30, 40 cav archers.
Yeah. So Wrong takes the MVP. Onkar on the
And
other
on
side, of course,
right.
150 kills. I think a couple of things I probably saw was Force investment into the water was way too
Way too
much.
much. That was like too much investment.
Right. While on the
The other
other
point.
side, Wadari actually played pretty well with his water. He actually, I think Royal in that case should have gone for a third dock even to try to play water further. But given
Uh,
he did not do that with the extra
I mean,
wood that he had
he
with
had a lot
Dravidians.
more. I think he had a lot more army on ground, and it was much easier for him to take advantage on land. So
Right.
let's say if those early 5, 6 archers or 8 archers were sitting on What Daddy's wood line,
Right.
it would be
But
doing like so
but
much
Wadadi
damage, even
also
if
did
you're not
that
getting
very
wood.
smart thing with the preemptive tower. So
So that was covering the gold area.
right.
What about the wood line?
I
Just
mean,
imagine
Kappa
that
was
small
there to
pocket.
help that part out to an extent, right?
But again, you have Onkar as well on the other side.
Right.
So they can trade their armies while War Daddy would be taking a lot of damage on his wood
Right.
line. I mean, you might not get villager kills, but just that idle time is going
Right.
to delay those ranges, delay those archer productions.
I think in this game the key point was Kappa did well enough to keep Onkar contained, and then the point where Onkar still managed to get up to Imperial faster but decided to go to Force base was
Right.
really the downfall of the game. So, yeah. All right.
Let's
So,
see.
Bangalore looking strong, and I think that means that Bangalore. I'm technically disqualified. I mean, or I don't go into the semifinals anymore. So,
Eh,
phew, that's good. Less work for
let's
me
see.
tomorrow morning because I was supposed to have my game at 9 o'clock. I'd have had to
Yeah.
prepare.
Now it is going to be chill.
Yeah, it's going to be more of a chill game for me. I mean, the thing is, Mumbai can still do 2-1, and then they have to now beat my team to actually go through. So,
I mean, I would say even last night when we were playing 4 legs, we were
Mhm.
just playing for the sake of playing. We were not really expecting to win. So it was a bit of a surprise that we were able to 3-0 that. We were like, Thunder had to go and we had to like sub him out
Hmm.
for new. So we were not really prepared. We were like, okay, let's play it. Anyways, we are. So I guess, yeah.
So I guess you guys are, I mean, you're guaranteed to play against the second team from the group one.
Right.
So at this point, if Bangalore win even 2-1, and the question comes as a Delhi versus Mumbai, sorry, Bangalore outcome to determine pretty much who goes through. Who would be your
Right.
preference to face first in the semis?
I would prefer to face Libby.
First in the semifinals?
I mean Bangalore. Yeah.
So do you think either of those, so given the form that you have seen from your team generally, do you think
Right.
either of the teams pose a significant challenge?
Delhi does actually pose a significant challenge.
Right.
And I
The-
mean, like, I would say both of the teams are strong,
Mhm.
both Livy and, but I personally feel that it will be a bit harder to win against Delhi Demos.
Right, because well, the main thing is this, which is I think if Adu plays pocket flank, and we
Yeah,
had this kind of a trouble versus Delhi, which was uh, on Golden Pit, for example,
right,
when we had our pockets hit by their pockets, and that's kind of
right,
what
right,
they try to do, Morty's thing.
right,
That puts them behind. So even if we as a flank sieve, we try to hold and play further,
right.
we just couldn't.
Okay, I have the saves, guys.
Hey Sultan.
The
Yeah.
game is
So
posted.
it's Oasis, right?
Yeah, Oasis.
All right. So Mumbai's team. Let me guess.
Uh,
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Slavs for Onkar or Teutons for Onkar, I guess. Teutons for Onkar.
Slavs for Omkar.
Slavs
Slavs
for
for
Onkar.
Omkar.
Okay. Teutons for Mirror then.
Correct.
Okay. And then let's see. Italians for Royal.
Correct.
Okay. And let's see. Malay for
Malla.
4.
You're wrong. Armenian for 4.
Armenian.
What? That
Okay.
is interesting.
So they're not playing Incas, I guess.
Hmm.
Interesting choice. Okay. And then let's see. On the other side, I think Bohemians for Kappa.
Correct.
Okay. And which one? Which one am I looking at? Mongols for Levy.
Wrong.
Okay.
Saracen.
What?
Saracen
Saracen.
for
This is
Levy.
Oasis, yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Oasis.
Oasis Saracen will play, na, because they would want to like enter the bases fast.
See, I would have thought Arabia was where they had the option. But yeah. Spanish for
I mean,
wrong, I guess.
Spanish. One second. Let me check. Spanish is there, but not for wrong. It's for war.
okay,
Interesting again. Okay. And Cumans for wrong then.
yeah.
No.
No,
No. Bulgarian.
Hindustani.
Bulgarians.
Bulgari? What?
Okay. I kind of thought of that because with Cumans, you're kind of. The 2TC just doesn't work unless you have like
This
that
is interesting.
closed map situation, right? Okay. But
They killed
Bulgarians
my
are actually
dream of.
pretty good.
They killed my dream of Hindustani killing the houses. I wanted to see Hindustani scouts.
Yeah. But given that scenario, I think then Hindustanis goes in Arabia.
I think yes.
I don't know. I don't feel too comfortable with Hindustanis on Arabia ever. I feel like,
I would say the same, but Adu likes to differ on that.
well, that's the thing. When you're at that elo, there is that aspect. So there was this discussion I had with Dragon a while ago. I was asking him, how do you play Hindustanis on Arabia? So the idea is generally you go for a lot more feudal
Scouts.
pressure.
Yeah. And then you play pocket to pocket in the castle age.
Right.
And you just like kill everything. Like with those light calves, you hit the economy hard, and then with the camels, you just kill everything that is being produced.
Right. All right. Looks like we have the next game. Let's jump straight into it.
So I guess I'm kind of starting to understand Hindustanis.
Well, actually, your style. I've played with versus you as Pocket a few
Right,
times recently, right? Where
right,
you tend to, if you feel you're a little behind, you add a second stable, you go for an extra feudal pressure kind of a situation.
right.
Right. I think that does help with Hindustanis. But I also think in general, when you're doing that feudal pressure, you should be walled because that's pretty much how I won every time versus you.
Uh, I mean, I recall few of those games, and
Mhm.
I was playing like very, very sloppy. Like my uptimes
No,
were like totally off,
right,
and
but
like
that's the thing. See, the
in general,
uptime is relative to your ability to do damage,
right.
right? So, yes, you were doing some damage,
So
but it
again, there is a momentum that you carry in each and every game.
right,
So let's say if everything goes smooth from the very beginning, then you carry that momentum into the mid feudal, late feudal.
right,
But if you start messing up, then you start feeling shaky all across.
right. All right, so we have the second game on Oasis. This time it's left v right. Oops, that is my calculation. All right. On the left we have Bangalore, which is nice because I have the scoreboard for Bangalore on the left. On the right I have Mumbai, and Mumbai is on the right side.
So let's see what's the matchup.
So it's
Kappa versus
Kappa versus Royal
Royal.
playing Bohemians. Wait,
Uh,
didn't did I said Bohemians for Kappa, right?
eh,
And Sultan said it was Levy, was it? No, he didn't say who it was.
yeah, yeah.
Right. All right. So Kappa and Rong playing together this time. Levy and Wadadi. Poor Ruthless is playing against Levy on the north versus Levy with Armenians. Pocket is Onkar with Slavs.
Oh my God. Ouch.
In this
No.
case, I felt like maybe Onkar went for Slavs because he thought again he might have to go to the other side to help. And so he needs husbandry. But realistically, I would have preferred him to take Teutons instead. Like, Teuton just has so many more options and power spikes that
Uh,
I feel Onkar could potentially take advantage of. What do you
I
think?
would still I would still prefer Slavs because if you're going very heavy on feudal, then you
Mm-hmm.
don't have that option to instantly switch on to light calves. And if you're going up faster, then you need that food income faster rather than saving on woods.
I'm sure, but isn't the onus on Bangalore to actually do that early damage? Because they're the ones playing Saracens.
Uh, right. But still, I would say Slavs, the early number of scouts that you can produce to even defend. Let's say if you're behind and you need to save your flank,
Right.
then you need to have that double stable going on very fast. And because they have like farms kicking in much
Much
faster,
faster.
I would say, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like that's the tricky thing with the uh, s- pocket play. Like you need that food income faster compared to wood because it takes time for wood to get converted into
Right.
food.
Oh man, if you
So
see
that's
Royals base, I'm getting deja vu of my game versus Bangalore. There is the really tall, difficult hill on the right side yet again, but this time he also has a very big hill in the front, and both his gold are right next to that hill. So this
so
is looking kind of ominous. On the other side, if you see, Kappa has a pretty easy wall off on one side, and he can just make houses and cover off his gold. And he doesn't have any of the hills that Royal has to worry about. On
that
the
is
other
true.
side, I think reasonably safe for Levy as well. 4 has a pretty good base, back gold. Should be able to wall off in front of his base right away, but his stones are looking pretty bad. And
Yeah.
with Armenians, I've played a few times on Rage Forest with Armenians, and the only thing that they can do to help in post Imperial Age is BBTs. Like the once you're
Post
against.
time for Armenians is like so bad. I don't
Right.
think
I
there is
mean,
much
they
you
don't
can
even
do.
have siege rams. They don't have anything good
They
except
don't
for
have
the 100
anything.
HP champions.
Imagine me playing Armenians versus Byzantine and Khmer.
Oh man.
I mean, what do you do?
Well,
Like you
I'll
get
be
good.
honest. I'll be honest. I have had wins with Armenians on the regicide, not regicide, sorry, the RF lobby, but
Yeah,
thanks to the bombard towers and all. But
right, right.
it's difficult. It's very difficult.
Because you don't even get thumbering on your archer. It's
Exactly.
so sad.
And then there is the case of the composite
Hitting,
bowman not having that extra range as well.
yeah, they being very fragile.
Yeah. And on the other side, what do they have? They have 4. So they are not worried about siege onagers very fast. I think on this side, the only person who can do siege onager is Livy. So they
Yeah,
should be in an okay position.
but siege on edges is like very, very late. We are talking about an Arabia game for like next
Right.
15-20 minutes at least.
Oh, that
Oh,
archery range.
I mean, just imagine if it was like one tile left and that villager got trap duty.
Yeah. Who's winning this fight? It looks like Kappa and Rong are winning it.
Yeah, I've seen like Kappa and Wrong, they're very aggressive with the first 2 scouts
First
and
scouts, yeah.
also very good with the micro on them.
Yeah. And that's the thing, Rong is not a very fast player, but his methodical play really does make a difference. And well, because of that fight, these two ranges are now in a very awkward position. So honestly, I would just say preemptively tower this right now.
Yeah, it will be really good to tower that
And also
because
definitely wall off this area because this is looking very
very
ugly.
easy to wall, like
Yeah. I mean, it's
very
easy.
easy.
3 houses, I guess.
Yeah,
But it has to be done fast enough. Because if not, Kappa and
how,
Ron can just bypass 4 and go straight to mirror.
yeah. How many villagers does he have on that small wood line, Royal?
12
Oh my god.
here. Okay. This kind of
It's
tells
a bit of
me.
an overkill.
Yeah. I actually gave 4 some builds
Few
on
lessons.
how to do archers. And I'm not seeing him follow it very well.
Sensei getting disappointed.
Yeah. Hey,
Oh, good.
that's
Oh, that tower. Just wall it. Just wall that tower and you're good.
well, they are going
And
forward now. So does he have fletching?
I
Oops,
mean,
oops.
that is a mistake, bro. You do not go forward when you're weaker side.
Actually, I think in this case, because they have such a bad base situation, it's okay, but this fight is not something I would take.
The problem is once you lose this mass, then you're done for.
Exactly. And this is
Then you're
too
going to
this is too
snowball so
risky.
hard.
This is too risky. And yeah, it doesn't look like it's favoring them. Well,
It is actually. It is
yeah, it
actually.
actually ended up being not too bad.
I mean, as long as all the archers are dying, I don't really care that
Right.
much about scouts.
And
Because archer snowball is what really,
and with Teutons, you can just drop like a bunch of farms. Already 11 farms here compared to 9 farms on this side. So not looking too bad, but again, the farm should be used.
uh,
Second stable already coming in for Mirror, by the way. He doesn't feel confident in Force ability to hold, maybe.
Royal, you mean?
Mirror. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's Mirror and Royal. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was thinking for some reason Royal was playing with Onkar. All right. On the other side, Onkar has a nice.
I think 4 is one of those players who has the ability to very easily match Livy
Right.
and Onkar being like such an experienced pocket player, he should be able to create that tip of the balance.
For sure, for sure.
in the-
Okay, so in that case, then I am seeing 4 doing reasonably well with the build order. Royal is
Yeah.
the one who didn't learn from it. So
thing is,
Sensei
4
not
is he's able
disappointed.
Yeah. So 4 is very, very good with the build orders. He's like really, really clean. I've like always appreciated that about him.
But
But I
yet
don't
again, they are
appreciate-
doing the same mistake, which is trying to take the fights, push the fights. Like in this case, I don't think 4 has any reason to push
Exactly.
out.
What are you accomplishing
Yeah,
here?
Like-
Like you should be in the base of Libby.
right.
You should take a fight when the other player is forced to engage you,
Right.
and then you can like put him under pressure and take that good fight.
On the other side, the fight again is trying to go in.
Oh wow! Like Mirror is able to match Mr. Wrong's army number.
Well, that's because he
Oh.
added a second stable, right?
Yeah, that is true. But like he's
They can-
actually taking advantage of the eco bonuses of Newton.
Yeah. The only issue is I think his bloodlines is not yet coming in, while Wrong already has his bloodline coming in.
And
So
that bloodline is going to make like such a huge difference.
yeah, like at this point with Wrong, it's equal-ish scout numbers, maybe slightly more. But oh, this is a bad fight.
It ended up kind of
No, it did not end up good at
No.
all.
ouch. Ouch.
Because Wrong had
Yeah.
got his bloodlines at that point of time.
So I mean, like he's not that experienced enough to check bloodline. Like from what I've played with Mirror, so I think that was the mistake.
Sure,
he
but
made.
still,
Otherwise-
like, why would you go in between the archer and the scouts to actually try to take a fight?
because he got that armor upgrade, so he had that thinking that I
Oh
should
man,
win this
and
because
and
I'm-
Royal now giving up the hill. Well,
yeah, because he cannot sustain that.
and
But
look
at
at
least
this.
he's spending out one.
Look at this woodline now, all migrating to the other side. 18 villagers over there. Royal is looking like he's very far away from Castle Age at
But I
this
would
stage.
still say, like, they should still have the defender's advantage and should be able to stop.
Well, the
this.
problem is now he's just migrating constantly. And now Kappa and Wrong are just going into the base. See, this is the part that I was saying early on, which is they won't push very fast, but once they sense that mistake,
But I still
then
don't
suddenly they
see
just go
that
forward.
snowball. I still don't see that snowball.
well, the snowball is not yet there, but the problem is this.
Can you
Now,
can you see the other side? We see pushing. How many archers does Libby have?
Libby has
Libby just
nothing.
lost all of his army.
well, I mean, here I think we kind of expected this to happen because Onkar
And Onkar is already.
up to Castle Age,
Up.
yeah, he's looking good.
And, but Mr. Wrong is also matching that timing.
Yes,
So.
and Kappa. And that's the worry because now, if you look at Mirror's economy, even though he has 27, 28 on food, he's never clicking up. He's just trying to get the numbers, and he still doesn't have bloodlines. While on the other side, if Onkar can push through, and that's the question again that comes from Four Lakes. Will Onkar send his first knights on this side to try to clear up Wrong and
No,
Kappa?
I think
Or
that
will he
would be a
push through
big
this side?
mistake. That would be a big mistake going the opposite side because they're still holding relatively okay.
But their base
It
is
will
horrible,
be-
right? Like, look at this. Where do you wall? Where do you wall this? There is no way to defend it at all. And see, Onkar's scouts are already on this side. There are 2 scouts already coming on this side. So now
That is
the
weird. Maybe
expectation
some pathing
is...
issue?
No, I mean, he is pretty open here. I don't see any issue where he has to wall up.
I hope so.
Well, this fight has to be forged in some way or form. Hopefully with bloodlines. No, forget bloodlines. Mirror just doesn't want bloodlines.
I mean, Mirror really does not practice latest meta, so he's playing pocket, but he's like very, very outdated in that sense. And he has to wrong. Like there needs to be a tower, like a wall around the tower.
Let's see where the first knights are going. Okay, they are going up towards Levy. The good thing is Mirror has now walled himself off, but Royal is going to die.
Very, very soon. And those light caps is going to make an easy work. Like this is where, like even if Mirror was up, all this army is useless.
Huh?
Because that light cap is going to wipe the floor with...
And still taking these fights still without bloodlines. Like you're floating so much food, just click up and get bloodlines.
I need to go and ask Mirror, like, is bloodline missing from the Titan Tech tree nowadays? I mean, if you're investing that heavily...
If you look at the positions, Levy has managed to recover, but on the other side, the tower is gone. Mirror is already running. Royal is running away.
But still, they are like taking a lot of time.
Well, yeah, because at this stage, all Wrong needs to do is boom.
Right.
Like in this case, again, 4 is booming. The problem here again is Royal doesn't have anything. Royal just clicked up though, which is good for him. Will Mirror do another 6 stable situation here? No, only 3 stables so far.
Oh no. Poor knights.
And see, like I said, now Omkar is coming to this side. Again.
He has to slow down a little bit.
Well,
I mean, that is the thing. Like, if you get into that trap of defending, then you never get out of it.
Exactly.
Then you keep defending the both sides. And eventually, they are going to slowly snowball that eco lead and everything. You're just buying time for...
And this game is going exactly like how it went with us, which is once this side starts dying, now there is no other way but to try to keep this side alive. And while keeping this side alive, the other side now with 4, he has to hold on for his dear life, pretty much.
Yeah. Because Libby, if he senses even a bit of advantage, he pounces on it. So Libby is very aggressive in terms of like...
And now, I mean, they have their hill, they have their position. War Daddy has not been hit, so he is pretty comfortable with... He can still boom when he's not under pressure, for example. This is already, I would say, not looking too great for Mumbai.
I think Teutons get bloodlines in Castle Age. That is when it unlocks.
Yeah, that's the new technology. What's the opposite of upgrade, downgrade? Downgrade for Teutons.
Yeah.
Bloodlines in Castle Age.
Oh no, those Saracen archers is taking down TC.
And he's not even caring. He's just, there are 10 villagers inside that. He's like, yeah, I'm just gonna kill.
I mean, just imagine you have Saracen bonus and then you have
Bohemians with chemistry, right?
Poor TCs. What saves you?
And on the north now, Livy senses it. He's coming forward.
Yeah. But today he's not going to make those mistakes.
See, even the colors are the same, Dead Cops. See, the colors are the same. I was Mongols yellow on that side. Man, this is just deja vu. Like, it's the exact same game.
Bush is dying.
The other side 4 is desperately trying to hold on.
Link is holding on the other side. Ambush is running from the base.
Hey, are we sure we are not like doing some sort of a replay or something?
I mean, Sims were different.
Sure.
For consolation.
Consolation.
I think they should call it after this wipeout.
Yeah, it doesn't look... Well, I mean, Kappa is still handling this, but he will get cleaned up eventually.
Yeah. Because for how long are
Actually,
you going to play
never
3v4?
mind. It doesn't look like he's getting cleaned up even. Because Teutons don't have husbandry. They're not able to go around.
Yeah. And I mean, I have learned from taking enough fights with mass group archer that I have stopped diving them.
Yeah,
I'm like, fuck it. I'm not going to engage the archers. I'm going to preserve my knight numbers and do something better with them.
and look at on the north side. Livy is in, War Daddy is in. OS can't do anything.
What is this bad defense from Link here? Why are
Hey, Link was Byzantines in that game, okay?
now I know. But at least he has fortified says he's going to buy himself a bit of time.
And if you look at the military numbers,
They should call it on.
yeah, I mean, look at
They
the
should
military
just call
numbers.
it.
It's just the score is already 1,000 behind.
Yeah. Because it is practically 3v4 now.
Yep.
Royal is like totally out of the game.
And there is no, and that's the problem, which is there is no way to wall this area off safely.
Right.
Like Kappa can just go sit back, relax, not worry about thing, go up.
Kappa is such a nice person. He's not putting a TC under his under Royal farm. I mean, imagine.
I mean, he
like,
did
if I was
kill
there.
the TC, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he planned for it eventually.
I hope so. Otherwise, I would say he's a very nice guy.
And in this side, if you see, both OS and 4 are up to Imperial, but they're having to take this fight. And they can't do anything
It's
but
fine.
take this fight.
It's fine that they have been pushed back for a bit. So once they go up, maybe. I mean, Kappa is also up now. So what I feel is, once Onkar and 4 reaches him, they will be able to clear the army. But oh no, we have Livy also.
Livy also going up though. Exactly.
So he will also go sit back in his base, chill, relax, and
Yeah.
like have time of his life. But War Daddy, I'm a bit skeptic about. He will take some time to go.
See, this was the issue, which was I'm surprised by the way Mirror played, to be honest, because as Pocket, you should be in a much more comfortable situation. But the fight that he took here, going in
Right.
between the scouts and the archers, that just changed the game.
But I think Mirror is going to be able to hold for a much longer period of time, just because like Teutons have those crenellation, stone walls, and like all of that stuff he's doing.
Sure,
to
but he's
secure his
not
base.
exactly outbooming anyone at this stage. He's 40 villagers behind Wrong at this stage.
That is true.
And Wrong is up. He's getting stirrups. He has a castle already in his base. He can easily just come this side and push along with War Daddy and Levy, for example. While Kappa just pushes this alone. There's the castle coming up for Wrong as well. Probably the next castle might come up here, push the castle here. Fortified walls, get fortified walls. Play.
I don't think Teutons
Black
get fortified
Forest.
walls.
They don't?
Do
Wow.
Teutons get?
I think
I
they
think
do.
Teutons don't
They
get.
are a defensive civ, right?
I'm not sure. I
This
remember
side,
something
yet again, taking a bottom side fight. But it's not too bad.
But like Armenian has been up for like such a long time. Why no Arba and
Yeah, and he has 3 TCs as well, right? He's not doing
Yeah,
much with
like,
the 3
there's a
TC
healthy
advantage. Well, he
He
can
should be
clear up
having
this
Arba
side
and-
at this point.
so
Oh.
the thing is like if
He needs
they
to
can
block
start
this.
pushing,
Block. Alright, that was decent.
yeah.
This is a good position for this side. The other side, though.
So I would say because Mirror has a lot of experience playing a lot of Black Forest and all, he should be able to hold by building walls and like all of those shenanigans and like just delay.
I mean,
Meanwhile,
he's doing
Onkar is
pretty much
pushing.
that at this stage. The problem is Royal is never coming back into this game. Like, look at this. This second TC is useless. This TC only is on wood. Is there anything on gold that he's taking at this point? Not really.
So again, these two players they just have to buy time till Onkar and
but
Core Roosters they push.
yeah, but on this side, now War is just clicking up now, while Onkar already has detonates coming in, so he's probably going to just go through Levy pretty quickly.
Yeah. So Livy is going to die like really fast here. Because he has no castles, he has no
Well,
defensive structures around his base.
I think I remember a recent game where I believe it was OS on my other side. I was Franks versus him Slavs, and
Right.
the Boyars were extremely good. So he's doing pretty much that similar kind of a strat. That he's going for a lot of castles, getting Boyars. Only
Like,
issue is
considering the saves of this side, Onkar side, what do they have to counter their comp? Like if Boya starts coming in, like it's really hard to stop them. Like you have to make help, and then on the other
Right.
side they have.
And if you
archers that will
see
kill that.
Wrong is trying to come to the other side to help. They do have a lot of army on this side. Onkar,
Do we see Elite Boya's upgrade as of yet? Can you
it's
check?
coming in. It's coming in. Now it's in.
I don't think he'll be able to stop that. Even with their
Even
combined
with the
forces.
stirrups and everything. Yeah, it's going to be hard.
No. Yeah. Just
Let's
don't
see.
take that fight. Don't take that fight. No. Please. No.
I mean, those Cavaliers, they don't matter as much. The important focus is now pretty much Boyars, right? He's going to just keep making castles. And for whatever reason, Armenians decided to go for condos.
I mean, they get extra XP on condos, right?
Sure,
take that
but I don't see the Ferreters research coming in. While on the other side,
It's
Kappa
getting
is now
bombarded.
pushing with Hoofnees as well. His Hoofnees is
Right.
just about to come in. This is the problem, really. Okay, now Livy is dead, sure, but on this side, Mirror is going to die soon.
Right.
And he is dead, technically, if you look at it. Like, he's reached Imperial Age. He has some army, but he's out of this gold. He doesn't have additional gold. He can go for the
He
back
just needs
gold.
to like keep stalling, keep just slowly like stalling this guy out.
But
Meanwhile,
against this army number, that's the question. So if I look at it here, there are about 50 Cavaliers, while
I mean 25 Boyas can deal with like
yeah,
these
but he
numbers.
doesn't have that number yet.
How many? He has 19. Like he has a total almost similar. 30 on Onka side, if you see.
20 right now,
Like including Cavaliers.
right? And the Halberdiers are coming in, so that's good.
Yeah. So, this
So-
will be very hard for like both of them to stop,
Right.
considering Boyars and Hal.
The slight advantage now for maybe not a slight advantage, but kind of an advantage for Bangalore is they have an amazing trading situation.
Yeah.
And if you look at Kappa, he is now just single-handedly pushing this completely.
By
He
the way,
has-
just saying, Bohemians also get like very fast.
Market
Trade.
exactly. So, and that's a team bonus, right? Markets work 80%
So
faster.
80, yeah. So their trade with Spanish Oh my god.
I don't know if it'll come to that trade yet. I mean I see the markets, but I don't see anything being traded yet. Okay, the trade cards are coming in now.
Yeah. Look at that speed. Oh my god. Trade card just going. Show me that. Yeah. Just fight.
Oh, and they decided to call it. Okay, I guess it makes sense because
Yeah.
on the bottom, this push is just impossible to stop. Like
Yeah.
Bomba Towers, Hoofnies, like, Kappa is just taking everything out of his bag of Bohemians tricks. And on the top, Wrong and What Daddy have
Kappa is just
successfully
chilling.
managed to
Kappa
slow
is
them
saying,
down.
Kappa is saying, my team is going to finish from the other side. Let me chill and relax and prepare for the next game. I mean, exact same thing happened versus you as well, if you recall that. He was relaxing in the end, doing whatever.
I mean, again, now let me put the question again: Bangalore or Delhi?
Delhi.
So you want to face Delhi in the semifinals?
I mean, I think you won one game versus
Delhi.
right? And this team, did they 3-0 you or did you won one game against them also?
Bangalore, we did lose 3-0.
Okay, okay.
But again, it was our first kind of game together in a way versus Bangalore. And we were not looking very strong. Like, we were not looking very comfortable. Then again, we won against Delhi on Arena. So, what's Royal doing still?
And Kappa's team hasn't played a single arena game till now, right?
Not yet, no.
So basically, they have been in their comfort zone till now. They have not really explored their discomfort area.
Right, so they've played versus us. They played Oasis as the common map.
This time also, Oasis, acha, it was picked by.
Yeah, Arabia
Onka.
was our home map, and I believe they played Regicide Fortress. They had Regicide Fortress as their home map.
Okay, interesting. And they were going to lose that, right?
Well, it was, I would say, equalish until we.
No.
Our king was
Like from
killed.
yeah, from where we saw, it was they who were in a much worse position.
Yes, but the main issue was Ashoka's army was yet to come.
Yeah.
And
But-
Link was pushing by himself. So once Wadadi had come in with Gulams, that would have been a difficult situation.
But on the other side, you guys were like really pushing very hard.
Not that much, no. I mean, I was pushing Kappa, but it was.
So the thing was, your comp was such that
it would have been.
Kappa had no army.
It would have been favorable for us for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
All
I
right.
think
So with
Regicide,
this
you
win,
could have won.
I think
I
with
would
this,
consider that 2-1 if that thing was
sure.
not signed.
You know. Yeah, a moral victory, right?
It was a moral victory. As it is said in Hindi, dil mein jeete.
Sahi
You
hai.
win in heart.
Yeah. The only problem was that the king was not very happy with it, I guess. All right, this
Yeah.
time Kappa takes the MVP, and Onkar continues to be the MVP for his team. Oh man!
Why do you think Kappa?
Look at the
why do you
KD,
think
man.
Kappa has
192 to 50,
That is one thing.
and 110 buildings raised. Were there
Correct.
even 110
to-
buildings there? Like, what did you kill? Like,
Mirror soul base, I guess.
Mirror's whole base, pretty much. Like
It is grounded. It took a lot of time to build, man. You grounded it.
that base looks clean now. It looks ready for the
Yeah.
next game.
Yeah. By the way,
Yeah.
another reason for him to get MVP is look at the number of researches.
Let's look at it. 45. Oh wow. Hey. Hey, You might think that he's playing that Red Bull Vololo tournament where he's trying to get to the top score any way possible.
Like I try to do that sometimes when I want to get the highest score.
And trade profit. Oh, I'm a little disappointed with this because when you see Spanish and Bohemians on one side, you want to see a pretty late game and see like
I mean, for
50,000 gold.
for that you have to first lose your whole army and then not have
True,
gold.
true.
If you
Yeah,
don't
like
lose your
I
army,
mean, if you're doing 192 to 50, you're not losing a lot of your army.
yeah.
And so with this, I think Bangalore are firmly now into the semifinals.
What is the position?
That's yet to be determined, and that'll
Ah,
be decided tomorrow, as in my tomorrow, or rather my today, 9:30 p.m.
so nice.
when Bangalore and Delhi face off against each other.
Oh, wow, we have like 2 matches from Bangalore.
Yeah, because these
Lovely.
guys they couldn't fix their
Matches last week.
matches. Yeah.
Well, that is going to be interesting. We see 2 good games today.
What do you mean 2 good games? You mean this was a good game?
2 good games. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. 'Cause I didn't feel like these are good games. Being very honest.
I mean,
I
I
mean,
mean, there were a lot of moments where it was close. It was not a clear-cut victory for any of the game,
right.
is what I would say.
But I mean, once you saw the patterns of these 2 games, it was pretty clear that one side tends to kind of just fall on their
Right.
face, which is unfortunate because I think
I
four
mean, I would say
legs.
like how he was managing 4 legs, 4 ruthless,
Yeah.
how he won the water, and like they were at advantage.
Right.
But like again, it always falls down to because Mirror, even though he's rated at around 1300,
Mm-hmm.
he does not carry that level of experience playing pocket
Right.
at that level. So that is where they are struggling a bit, and you can see in the game as well, like
Right.
4 legs where they were ahead.
I think one
But
thing I saw from my team's perspective might be true for other teams as well was once the concept of tournament comes into picture,
yeah,
there is that stress and kind of a pressure to perform well. And
mm,
I've always
I,
wondered like how like I know this is not like the biggest tournament or anything, but even in
yeah,
personally for me, which is it feels like a
uh,
higher stake situation. And that
I
adds
would
a little to the pressure.
I would say the way my boys are performing,
Mm-hmm.
new Thunder and Fragstar, I would say the
I don't
they
think
are
you guys know the concept of tournament versus Bombay. I feel like you guys are taking this as a Bombay lobby game pretty much.
I mean, they're performing better than Bombay Lobby, is what I would say. All
Right.
of them. Like, look at Fragstar. Like yesterday's game,
Oh, for sure.
poor chap was down by 10 villagers, and he was still in the game.
Right.
Fragstar in the Golden Pit.
I guess it also comes from that point, which is okay. Think of it this way. So, when I think a couple of years ago, I played this Indus Cup tournament with Dragon,
Right.
and I was not feeling that pressure as much because there was that thought that hey, Dragon is there. Worst case scenario, there will be some sort of a carry situation, right? I feel like maybe that's there in your team where these guys think of Ardu as that guy, like, and then they just. I mean, that's a good
I
thing,
mean,
right? Like you're free of the
um,
pressure, so you're actually able to perform way better.
and also like because we have split both the sides equally. Me playing pocket of Fragstar, he has that confidence. He can take care of things maybe.
Right. And whoever is playing the pocket of Adu, the expectation is, hey, just bring the army to the fight and we'll usually win the fight. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but still, I would say like people, like some of the folks, they are performing. Like Ahsoka, I would say he's performing above his level. He was performing. Then there are
Yeah,
few folks.
Ashoka, for example, I would have liked to get one more week with him because I think the first week there were a lot of nerves. But then you
Right,
saw in the second week, the arena game was really good. I think even if you take the Team Islands game, right? There was
right.
such a long time when he had Morty by his throat
Yeah,
constantly.
yeah, right,
While
right, right.
on the other side, I was able to push through Kapi pretty quickly.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, if I had that extra week where we had that kind of a scenario where we felt confident with the team
the team.
overall, yeah,
Right.
I feel like that's my take
Two
with
cents.
my team pretty much was there was the communication, there was the willingness to learn. It just came down to the fact that we didn't have the time to actually practice enough.
Right. I would say like you guys could have won that last game
Team
of
Islands, right?
Golden Pit.
Golden Pit.
Golden.
Yeah.
Golden Pit.
I mean,
But
Golden Pit, I was versus Aragon. So I think that was
yeah,
kind of, I mean, it was me and Ambush. So it was actually pretty comfortable. The
I
other
think
side was,
Trush fumbled a bit in that game where like he felt very behind compared to very usual the way he usually performs.
right.
Maybe it was nerves or something. There
Exactly.
was a bit of fumble, is what I felt, because
Yeah.
how behind Kapi was, from that point onwards, it should have been sort of a 2 versus 1.
It is always a case of if only, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I think uh, that nerves thing does play a bit of a role when
Yeah.
you're like in a decider sort of a match. You have one match, you have lost one match, and then
Right.
this will place you in the tournament,
Like
like whether
I
you're
feel
there
like
or
it
not.
just comes down to that aspect, like if I look at it from that perspective,
Hmm.
if you see your team because you have Adu, there is that kind of feeling that hey, there is not much of a need to feel that pressure, right? If you look at Morty's team, the same thing where the
Right,
way Kapi has performed, and also you have Agent and Morty being there is that
right,
comfort level that the other person, for example, Aragon, doesn't have to feel that much pressure. The same thing for Bangalore. I mean, Bangalore is kind of similar but slightly different, where everybody is at least 1300 plus. Like
right.
their each player, even Chicken, I would say, is probably performing at that higher level.
So the thing with Chicken is if you don't disturb him, he plays a good game.
Right,
He's a good player
but
overall.
also even with like the Arabia game that we played against them, they actually played pretty well. I'm sorry, he played pretty well. I mean to say, like his
Hmm.
timings were quite impressive.
Right. So the thing is with Chicken, his APM may not be that high, but his he's very methodical in that
Mm-hmm.
sense. He knows the build orders. He can execute those timings, bring out those scouts in
Right,
numbers and all very consistently.
and
That too as well.
there is a point to add here, which is Kappa is playing at 200 ping, Rong is playing at 200 ping, and they are beating these guys pretty handily. And Onkar is playing at 30 ping. I think 4 is playing at 30 ping. Uh, who else was there in the team? Mirror, Royal is in Bangladesh, so probably
Yeah, he must be. No, no,
100
no.
ping.
Royal. No, no, no. Royal must be getting like what 200 plus, like
From Bangladesh to
220.
India?
Acha, Kappa is based out of US,
Yeah,
is what you're
Kappa
saying.
is in the
Okay,
east
okay,
side.
okay.
Yeah, he's in New York.
Okay, okay. My bad. He must be getting what max 70, 80 ping.
Yeah.
Then in that case.
So, the fact that they're handily beating them, I think you guys should be a little concerned.
I think that again, the reason why I'm not that concerned here is because of Adu.
Hmm.
Adu versus Kappa, I would always favor Adu. And if Adu can generate that early momentum, then Thunder is in a much comfortable
Right.
position. On
And
the other
so,
side, Livy, can sometimes be held by Fragstar. But
Exactly.
even if Livy is ahead of Fragstar, Fragstar still makes army somehow.
Right. I
He like
think
knows how to
in these
play
last
even
two
while
games,
being
if
there.
you see,
Yeah.
Levy did look like kind of the liability for them.
Yeah.
Right. In Four Lakes, not being able to hold on to the water. Well, I mean, you never went to the water first, but then even if you didn't go to the water, you should have been able to kill four much better. But
And
him
also
coming
like
back into the game.
looking at our last games,
Mm-hmm.
it was always mashed up like me and Fragstar versus Water and Plan B.
Right.
So if in especially in the Four Lakes game, if we are able to pull ahead on our side,
Mm-hmm.
and if we are able to hold on the golden pit, I think our chances are much better versus Livy and
Yeah.
let's say this guy.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see. I mean, it'll be interesting. I mean, you guys either will face them in the finals or the semifinals somewhere, right? I think.
Yeah.
I think Water's team is going to struggle versus either of these teams simply because Water is the only carry player in their team. And both these two teams have pretty good pocket scenarios compared to Water's team.
Right.
So, looking at the SIPs quickly, it's Magyars, Franks, Malay,
And
Vietnamese, Huns, Portuguese, Hindustanis, Mongols. Okay, kind of expected.
I'll be back. You continue.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, in the north, we have Mumbai, and in the south, we have Bangalore. We have Levy facing against 4 again. And on the other side, we have Kappa facing Anka. And Wrong again playing Kappa's pocket. Onkar playing Force pocket. We have Chicken replacing War. While on the other side, we have Anka replacing Mirror. While Royal is playing Pocket. All right. So this is Arabia. Not a lot of things to say. Maybe just looking at the map in terms of how the goals are. Levy has a back gold. 4 has a backside-ish gold. Anka has a back gold. And Kappa has also a back gold. So generally comfortable goal positions. I would say this is pretty easy to wall off. Anka should be able to get his walls off. Buildings here, probably wall this, and then try to wall towards the edge. Levy should be able to also make his buildings probably on this side, although this side is not too bad. And then 4 should be able to make his buildings in the front over here. This could be a little bit of a tricky situation because of how open it is on this side. Then pretty good base for Onkar, to be honest. Easy walls off, walls off, walls off. Forward stable here. Mirror. Not too bad, a little exposed on the left side. Wrong has a very nice base, I would say. I mean, stable. Just build this side, wall this side. You're good. Slightly open gold for Chicken. The key thing here is Franks, so don't need to get gold very early. but at the same time, you are against Hindustanis. So Hindustanis will try to make a lot of feudal pressure, while Kappa, on the other hand, wants to do the opposite, which is save up on the gold numbers and click up as fast as he can. Right, so far, some idle TC from wrong and 4. Nothing to be worried too much about. Right, and first up is Livy, and closely followed by Onkar. Following that is Kappa. And Royal is about to go up with 19 villagers. Onkar going for, 19 pop, 18 pop, Livy going for 18 pop, and Chicken going for a comfortable 20, looks like. And 4 going for a 21 pop up. So the question with 4 is this: he should be making his barracks right now. And the barracks is not coming up yet, which means his build is off. He should already be having about 10 villagers at least on wood. Now he has 5 on stragglers over here, making his barracks now. This time around, although Kappa and Rong are going forward, I think they are going to be a little late to get to Anka's base. And on this side, fast archers, 2 rangers. Barracks is just going to be up at this point. Is he able to make 2 rangers instantly? Doesn't look like it. Well, the build was off. Right, Kappa making his ranges. Anka making his ranges closer to his TC. Cable position is awkward. Would have been better here. Okay. First fight coming in here. Looking like a good fight for 4. And then over here, Wrong gets a slight advantage, even though he has 9 less HP. Alright. And Chicken already walling one side of his base. Pretty comfortable. Some idle time from Anka and Kappa. And Royal gets the first kill. Looking on this side, looks like OS wanted to play straight on the pocket, but decides against it. Goes back to Livy at this stage. Livy is trying to do a very interesting, very long wall. Oh boy. On this side, that's a sneaky archer play. And Kappa is trying to... Sorry, no. 4 is trying to deal with that. Not very successfully. Just one villager down. While Chicken seems to have a handle on Onkar pretty quickly. But now Onkar and 4 coming in together. This army is still not being cleared up. That's a pretty rushed tower. Looks like that might be a bunch of losses from Levy, but he gets his tower up. He's able to save his villagers at least, but he loses all his archers. And then on the other side, Royal looking reasonably comfortable, just getting some hits. But he is struggling for food this stage. Struggling a lot actually. 3 minutes. He's already 5 villagers behind. Oh man, that's going to be difficult. Although he does have enough army. He has 16 to 15. Bottom, Onkar and 4 are opening. Chicken stays, they're going in. No, they're not going in. That's not a good decision. Maybe they decide.
Hello.
Yep. Hey.
Sorry, I got busy.
So far, looking pretty positive for Onkar's team, I would say. with some optimism. Anka is actually taking some decent fights on this side.
By the way, I'm pretty surprised why Anka was not played on the other game.
I mean, we'll have to see if that was the case, if that was a missed opportunity here, because this fight is going very much in favor of Anka and Royal.
Because mechanically, I think at pocket and all those scenarios, Anka can perform like pretty good.
He's doing pretty well in the flank as well, just that he has about 4 minutes of idle time because of not having a single farm until minute 18. And now he's putting 6 farms instantly down. On the other side, Levy had to force drop a tower. And looking decent for Onkar, who already has bloodlines +1/+1. And now, Royal has actually got through into Kappa's base. That's amazing.
That is a very good damage.
That's a very good damage.
Now he's going to take even more damage on the gold.
This is looking like Death Corpse kind of damage, right? This is the damage Death Corpse likes.
No, I like the plan B damage where Red Viper is at 6 wills.
I mean, let's not get too ahead of ourselves yet.
But I mean,
well, the problem now is the Royals' army is completely trapped.
Yeah. Now all of these scouts are going to die, even though they have gotten a good value. What I would have liked to do is like slightly less damage, but I would keep these alive.
Right. And the question really is this, which is, Kappa now lost about 3-4 villagers, I think. So he's at 33 wills. And then you look at Anka, he has now 37. So maybe more than that.
That was a good damage, but like having army deficit, it always hurts.
But Wrong is also getting hit on his base, while on the other side, 4 is getting hit in his base. So can 4 with 2 markets save himself? Looks like it. Well, no, that market did not go off.
No. Is that Hindustani? Yeah.
No, well, it's Hindustani bonus for the hunts.
Yeah.
But on the other side now, his Force army is going to get killed. Oh no. He got hit in his base and now he's going to lose his army in the forward as well. And OS just ran back. That's a mistake. They should have just taken the fight here.
I agree with you. Like leaving your ouch. But I think I would say like really good
Yeah,
move
and
from
I mean,
Livy
for
and Chicken to capitalize on
Yeah.
the greediness of Onkar
Onkar.
being like going on the other side. And
Right.
even like four. Like if they wanted to hit, they should like first hit Chicken just because that would relieve pressure from their home base.
Right. Well, I mean, the good thing now is although Onkar, I mean, 4 is pretty behind here, Onkar is doing well. He's the first one to go up to Castle Edge. And Royal is doing a pretty good job actually keeping Kappa in check, to be honest. So this is kind of looking like that game, right? Where Red Viper's numbers, I mean, still 26 villagers to 30 villagers. We still need another 20 kills.
Actually, that was Water who got hit, and then
And then Red Viper
Plan B
got
took
hit.
revenge.
Right. In this case, it doesn't feel like a revenge. It just feels like a base trade.
Right. But it is
Oh,
on the
but-
opposite end, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah. I mean,
And
but
now Chicken is getting hit. I'm like really
Right.
happy with this. Like
and
these
Onkar is
three
able
light
to
caps
push back
do-
with his light cabs. Like he has a
Yeah.
lot of light cab, 21 even.
Yeah, right. So I would say like Pocket getting hit is the best case scenario here.
Right.
Because if Pocket is behind, then the opposite Pocket can like really snowball. And Archer being like so slow, I mean like you cannot just play defense with Archers.
Right. And now Onkar is just waiting. I wonder where
Yeah.
he's going to hit.
Oh no! Come on, spot that.
Oh, that's not a hole. That's still good. But here now, well, Anka's timing is not too bad, to be honest. Like,
I would
he-
say Anka and Royal, they just need to hold
Yeah.
their horses for some time and like
and
just
they
chill,
should be
relax.
able to, right? They should be able to. Like, I think Royal did a very good set of damage on Kappa.
Exactly. So you just wait things out, relax, take a chill pill for some time.
Right, and just delete some space in the back. There we go. Oh, right as
Yeah.
I asked. And then let the knights
Because-
come through in that direction.
Because Anka can very easily just put 3 TCs and like easily
This
snowball
fight,
from there.
though, I don't know if it's looking favorable for. Well, it is. It was favorable for.
Because light cab
Onkar.
versus scouts.
Yeah,
Because it was light cab. So he's
And-
always going to like win that.
looks like Levy is back to his situation where he takes a lot of damage.
Yeah. From this point onwards, it's like Onkar's game to play. Like from here, he can do whatever he wants to.
Right. The only thing is, can 4 get to a scenario where he clicks up?
Yeah.
Well,
can
he has
very-
clicked up.
Now he has like all the time in the world to do
Right.
whatever he wants for.
Right. I mean, I think he should still be he's 27 villagers compared to the others, so I wouldn't
That
say
is
it's
true,
looking
but,
exactly great. But
but
again,
if
on
you
the other
see
side, they're not
Onkar
doing
is
any
like
damage,
58
right?
wells.
They're not doing any
Like,
damage.
True. Like that's the thing. You're getting a good damage on the other side. Like Onkar being at 60 wills now, 20 army, like 5 army for Chicken and like 8 army for Livy. What are they going to do with those wills? So like,
Oh, and it's a pause at this stage.
right. So I would say Anka, if they don't lose their armies,
Mhm.
if they just chill in their base, Mr. Wrong and Kappa cannot move to the other base
Yeah,
without
they
clearing that.
cannot. Yeah.
And meanwhile, Onkar can just keep feasting on both Livy and
Yeah, I mean, this is the position that Onkar would have wanted in pretty much every game, right?
every game. Oh, yeah. But what you want and what you get is not the same.
See, War Daddy on the chat trying to support his team, saying Anka is the one who's behind. Well, sure, war.
I mean, he's behind, but he has army. I would
Yeah.
always be happy to be behind with like
Yeah.
good number of army, because that creates a threat. You cannot just simply ignore that person and go.
Yeah.
Oh no. Meanwhile, chicken being slaughtered at the base.
35, 34. This is looking like Avenger scenario, huh?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Royal is also actually booming pretty well. The only person who is even close to him is Wrong, and he's still 12 villagers behind, 13 villagers behind Onkar. And they're trying to
I think
desperately force the fight. But I guess Wrong is trying to bring back his camels, but he decides against it and again goes forward. This is awkward.
This is a very, I mean, what we discussed earlier about Hindustanis. You cannot be with your flank if you're playing
Yeah,
Hindustani. Like you have to go to pocket, and you're sitting in front of archer base. Like that doesn't make sense at all.
Right.
Because Royals army, whatever mass that is, camels just wipe that out.
See, and
Very
this
easy.
game brings into the question, why did they not consider playing Royal in pocket every game anyway?
Exactly. Like
Look at his
Anka should have
count.
been the one.
He did a very good damage on Kappa. He is now on 3 TCs. He has 70 villagers. He has
I think it is.
massive number of army.
I think it is trauma from the very first game they played versus Delhi Demos.
Maybe. But it seems like a missed opportunity, right? Like Royal
Totally,
being
I
on the
totally
flank.
agree with you. Like I would any day prefer Mirror playing. I think maybe they did not have enough games, is why they had to play Mirror 2 games. Maybe that was the situation.
Royal casually chilling in the middle of nowhere while two armies are just standing that side.
He's the gatekeeper. He's the gatekeeper. You know, you have to pass through me if you want to go to my flank.
Well, but I guess this now plays two wrong situation because he wants this
Yeah.
camel fight.
So this is exactly
The kind
what
of
you
throw
did not
that
have
they
to do.
should not be doing.
Yeah, because you have no reason to take your army out
Right.
that far. You have to just stick with your archers,
Right.
sit and relax.
Like,
Just chill.
you have your
And-
flank already
Yeah.
on about 50 archers. Why not just patrol straight through and be fine?
So I think the reason why he went there was because Mr. Wrong was sending his army on the opposite side, and in order to just support them,
Right.
he was there. So yeah, maybe it was a team
But
call.
maybe now
And-
with this army combination, they should be able to.
yeah. So that's the thing with Hindustani. You cannot
Yeah,
get hit in
but
your
they're
base.
still
If you're hit
giving-
in your base, you're
Right. This is the issue. They're giving Wrong the advantage now by trying to fight without Anka's army.
Ah,
Like in this case, this army is now sitting here. If it was here instead, and they were taking these fights together, this is a different game. But now,
I totally agree with you, but you have to weigh your risk with the reward. Like, let's say if Kappa and both Anka are at the same place, Kappa will always have a slight edge.
sure, but that's the thing. They don't. I mean, they know they have the advantage. Like they know the position of all of these situations. This seems like a bad fight. This should not have been taken. Like now you look at this again. Suddenly, Omkar's numbers are looking depleted.
Right.
While Wrong has a massive amount of army. I don't know. I mean, going to Wrong by themselves, I don't know.
Like you
I'm
need a
not
huge
happy.
archer mass.
Yeah.
You should play your side, is what I would say.
Right.
Like you have
And,
such a
and
good
now,
archer mass.
now is
and
when they are going forward with this army. There's like,
I mean, if Kappa is missing from their base, then they have to like trade, like do some damage. Oh.
where is Kappa's army? Okay, it is coming back now.
And those are like really scary number. Of
Oh yeah,
archers.
67 archers. Well, Anka also has 60 similar numbers almost. I would say. But you should
But-
not be going inside.
Yeah.
See,
Like,
now in this case, I would want them to go towards wrong. Just because
Yeah.
the knights should be able to help versus the archers, and then these camels can never engage.
Yeah, and also like the thing in feudal age, like castle ages, you don't have to micro that much. You
Right.
just select, stand ground, patrol everything, and look at what Kappa is doing. This is what you have to do. Eh, And then camels, they just don't do anything
Right.
versus that, because archers, they fire at like different timings, so it is very hard to dodge the ballistics also.
Well, the good thing now is for Omkar's team, he is now the fastest up. I don't think there is
Yeah.
anyone who can match
Oh,
that
it
timing.
is. And you have other pocket Royal also going up.
Royal is also about to go up, while on Bangalore side, nobody is actually clicking up anytime soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty good for Mumbai again. I would say a lot better than before, right? Because
Yeah,
now
yeah.
Livy is behind, Kappa is behind,
And chicken is out of the game.
Chicken. Well, Chicken is booming. He's at 70 villagers. Credit to him. He actually did come back and try to get his army count. And he's also getting his army count up again.
Yes.
But na-
like
Right. But
11
at this
army
point,
versus 14
it's
Cavaliers.
14, but he will be pumping out,
Magyar.
hopefully.
Magyar,
Yeah.
that gets instant plus 2.
Where are they? Okay. Okay, Anka should not be taking these fights.
Yeah, just chill in your base.
Yeah. Like, you have the TC. Just go behind it. Stand behind it.
Like your buddy is an imp, he can solo wipe the
Right.
2 bases on the opposite
And
side.
look
Just
at
chill. Oh my
Omkar's
God.
instant paladin click.
Let's go. This is going to be spicy. Mr. Wrong is not up, and you see Paladin. He is going to kill all those camels with Paladin itself.
See, again, this game brings into the question, what if? Right. What if Royal had been the pocket on the other side?
I mean, I think they might not have a choice because they had already, like, they must have been stuck with some sort of a situation.
Yeah. And see, this is my thing with 4. Why does he think that he can go forward again and again? And then lose his
because his
army?
pocket is empty.
Yeah.
And
This is so unnecessary.
yeah, you're just throwing the game, like,
Right.
each and every game.
Like, you're the captain of the team, you should know these situations. Or try to at least.
I mean, like,
I don't know. Like, see now he now puts himself behind like this. Now Omkar is required to fight this side before he can go to, let's say, Wrong or someone else and raid.
I mean, he is not required to be here still. He can just straight up kill chicken pocket.
Yeah,
to pocket.
but see, that's the thing with Omkar. He's such a nice guy that even though he's a clinical pocket player, he doesn't play
Haven't you-
selfishly enough.
Haven't you seen those videos where they say, "Don't be a nice guy"? There's tons and tons of videos you'll find. Don't be a nice guy.
If only Omkar can do those things.
Yeah. Because like even Royal himself with his Cavalier force, he can. Oh my God, he is also Paladin. Let's go.
I think from Kappa is up, Libby is up, but again, this is the situation where you're required to help clear the flank's base,
Yeah.
and the flank just keeps putting
you cannot
themselves
make
behind.
that.
Yeah.
You cannot make such mistakes. Like,
I feel like the play I saw with Anka this game is actually really good. Like,
yeah.
I feel like
I
he was
really
the-
appreciate that.
I think he was the best flank player in their team so far.
Yeah, because he never lost his mask. He never
Right.
was caught off guard. He was like always with his
And-
army. Like, I
And
would say,
remember,
like,
he's versus Kappa. He's against the higher rated side. And he's doing so well.
yeah. to his credit,
Yeah.
that is true.
All right. So Chicken again getting the brunt of Royals attack this time.
So by the time Mr. Wrong reaches Imp, he will have paladins, and those paladins are going to eat the camels alive.
Well, the Paladins and it looks like the Paladins are going to come in faster.
Yeah.
Should
Yeah,
be
yeah,
taking a second, and they are here.
I mean, I love the paladins. Like, they look so cool.
Why didn't you try to be
Paladins
the
are
captain for
legit
Pune
the
Paladins,
coolest
man?
unit. Yeah.
I think my team and Pune Paladins are cursed because
You never get to reach to paladins.
no, we never get to play after league rounds.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just me, you know, the way my team has formed.
Oof, 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 oof.
That, you know, sad reflection of how life is.
What?
Oh my god.
Like, Onkar is just getting his armor upgrade. What? Why?
He didn't have the +4?
No.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
what? Why?
That seems like a
I
missed
mean, this-
opportunity.
Because his paladins were dying like so fast.
Yeah.
It was. Now Imperial camels will come and like.
That's the. I mean, there is not that big of a difference between heavy camels and imp camels. The only thing is, I think, extra HP, plus 20 HP for the imp camels, if I
plus
remember
2
correctly.
damage.
It's plus 2 damage, is it? I think 9 plus 2, right? But the bonus damage remains the same for
Right.
heavy
Bonus
camels.
damage remains the same. But again, like that 20 HP gives you that extra time to like,
push. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, look at
longer
this
you're
game
alive,
now.
longer you do
Wrong
better.
and Kappa are playing on the right side, and there is nobody playing on the left side.
Yeah.
And
So-
this is now possible because Anka
You
is
gave
not
too much time.
doing anything. Anka has 100 army and he's not doing anything. Kappa,
What can he do?
meanwhile, 4 is completely out of the game.
Kappa is imp. What can you do?
Yeah. And I feel like this is deja vu all over because the same
Yeah.
mistake. These
So,
crossbows
like
dying.
decision making, I don't really like from Onkar's team that
Onkar's team,
they are
yeah.
giving them time to come back. You
Come
have
back.
Paladin,
Yeah.
go kill Mr. Wrong.
Well,
can
that
just
was the
wipe
problem,
Mr.
right?
Wrong
They
with-
couldn't kill because they don't have an archer backup. Like the camels can just constantly fight against the paladins regardless.
So the thing is,
I mean, they are doing some raids, but look at this. This is the point of it.
this
The
is too
raids are
late.
being
Like-
cleared very easily.
so basically, Castle Age camels have like legit no chance against Paladin. So in Castle Age, you do damage, not when they have imp camel.
But again, at this stage, now they are on Onkar's base. Meanwhile, Levy on the bottom is asking for wood because he's at 20 villagers pretty much.
Oh my god, Livy.
And there is another pause in the game.
But I think from this point onwards,
finally-
Anka should be comfortably pushing.
Yeah, finally Anka is pushing. I would have liked
So
to
he
see
was
a
not
couple
pushing?
of trebs. The trebs are just coming out.
Right. So he was not pushing earlier because he did not have that imp timing that Kappa had. So he was a bit afraid. But knowing you have this much army
Right.
and knowing Kappa's army is like in on the other side, now you have a free reign over the base.
Right. They should be pushing, like Royal and Anka
Yeah.
should be pushing. But the problem is this. Who clears this
No,
army?
it's okay. You have castles in your base. Like, just chill, just relocate and chill. You have castles in your base. What are they going to do with
I
the
am
castles?
I am seeing like the castles are literally Onkar is creating castles all over the base towards Kappa rather than towards the other side.
I think he lost his hope over Ruthless, maybe. But still, I think they are in a very, very comfortable position now.
Right.
They just
I think
need to.
in this game, the two people who have probably played, in my mind, disappointing. Excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, no issue.
Are the captains pretty much, right?
Captains are like, let's create a fair playing field.
Like the two captains who chose the team are the ones that are not doing what they are supposed to.
I mean, like, to Levis' credit, he was killed by Onkars in Parmi. Like, major
Right.
mistake was made by 4 Ruthless.
But if
I
you
would
see
not
the three
blame.
games, in all the three
Yeah.
games, Levy was the
Right.
kind of the difficult person, right? Is this army getting cleared at any point, though? That's the question.
Oh, it's okay.
There
You
are
sit under
paladins
your
here, there are
castles and chill.
paladins here. You're just
You
deciding.
just relax. Sit under the castle. Let them do their stuff
I mean,
while.
Anka
couple
is
bases
creating chaos here, so that's good.
Exactly. So when you know your other flank can just wipe out the base, properly wipe out the base. They have the siege.
Right.
You have no reason to panic in your own base when you have the castles. And what will camels
Four
and
is
archers
finally
do?
going up to Imperial, while what army does he have? He doesn't have any army yet. He is making karambits for whatever reason. And these guys are getting ready to clean up this army finally. Let's see the fight. Delete the stable, delete the houses.
I mean, they are
delete
going to
everything.
places, but this was again optional. You could have just left them be, and with all of these paladins, be in.
I think
Tapa's
because
base.
they are in Onkar's base, I think it is not favorable to just let this go, right? Like now they are winning for sure. Like this is with Anka pushing
Significant
in.
advantage.
Yeah. And Anka is actually doing very well generally here. Imperial skirmishers. Castle is going down pretty soon. Both their armies are going to come forward. I think Wrong does not have the army anymore to
So
push
this is
forward.
the sort of game I expected to see from Onkar's team.
Consistently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like that's the part of it which is in the previous game again, Royal being on the flank, I think Royal was not doing too many mistakes. Mirror jumping with his army was really the turning point. And then from then on and then in 4 legs again, Onkar instead of pushing towards Kappa's base and Wrong's base, trying to go
You
help
have such a balanced team with Anka, Royal, 4. Like you have such a decent team. So just choose such a map that is favorable for Mirror, such as Rage Forest or something like that, and play those maps rather than like forcing him to play in like unconventional.
Kind of the mistake that I did as well, which was me like I have 2 good flanks on my team, and I thought, okay, maybe I can play like a steamroll kind of a play against Bangalore, but that actually did not work out very well. To be honest, I think in both games versus Bangalore, if I had played flank rather than ambush, I think we were in a much better situation.
I would totally agree. So the thing is, let's say if you're playing the opposite flank, then you're in a much better position.
Yeah. Well,
even if you have to hold.
That's a good win back for Onkar's team.
Yeah.
They showed what they can actually do when Onkar is in flight,
angry.
In full flight.
No, when Onkar is angry. And you have Royal playing.
Yeah, and Royal playing pocket. So again, what if scenarios?
This is a like a really dangerous combination what they played today.
Right.
This is the winning comp.
Right. What I saw now, this game was actually the kind of games that, like, I think Anka did really well in this game. Just keeping his numbers, never being in a scenario where he was far behind, and then Royal being able to go forward and deal some damage.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
Good games,
Good
well played,
game,
Onkar
Bangalore.
and team,
I
and
mean,
well
at this
played.
stage, if Bangalore beat Delhi, they become the top team. If and essentially the opposite. So you still don't know until another 7, 8 hours to go, I guess.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
what you saw right now,
Mm-hmm.
basically, the exact same thing can be replicated by Delhi demos also.
True. And
Two strong pockets, one decent flank, and one flank in terms of Aragon who can
right.
hold like Anka Log.
And the
He can
difference is
exactly do
this.
what Anka can do.
Difference is this. You have two people who can play like Onkar in Delhi's team. So
Oh yeah,
like Agent and Morty can play as
both
good as
they can
Onkar
play.
pretty much. So
So I am really worried
for
for
Bangalore, yeah.
yeah,
I
I'm
mean, they
really
have to be
worried.
very careful with how. I think Levy in this case, my biggest criticism is builds are looking okay, but you're not being positional in your place. Like with chicken, where, for example, in this case, the damage that you did early on with archers over here was good, but then you take that as an advantage and you try to go up quickly to castle age, keep your numbers up,
So
keep chicken in
that
the
is
game
true, but
along with
like
you.
I mean like chicken, both of them cannot really match the timings of someone say like Onkar who is like
No, but
macro,
doesn't need
like
to.
he's
But
the
that's
carry player.
exactly what happened on the other side, right? See, Anka being safe and just keeping himself alive was good
Yeah,
enough for Royal to not feel the pressure to take unnecessary fights.
exactly.
And Chicken is that kind of a guy. If you don't take unnecessary fights, he tends to have a pretty good economy.
Exactly. Like
So,
you need to just be safe.
so yeah,
But again,
I
it
think
was
that's
a
the key
timing
point, which
issue.
is
Yeah.
versus Delhi. Well, Delhi also have a little bit of a weakness on their flank. So Kapi is decent.
Yeah.
I think he can be fine against Kappa or Levy, but
Right.
on the other side is really the question. So Aragon has to
So
be
I think, so in my
careful with how
opinion,
he
I think
plays.
let's say if Aragon is versus Mr. Levy,
Mm-hmm.
he can hold his own, is what I believe. Like he won't die, and that kind of gives enough time to agent to
Right.
start building that
So
advantage over, let's say, chicken or
that's really the question, right? So you saw here, for example, 4, he was not
yeah,
he was not under any pressure. He could just boom, get up to Imperial Age. But he
right,
decided that no, I'm going to send my crossbows forward. And then he just loses that, and suddenly this TC is gone. The whole situation is gone. Like there is no rush to take this gold, for example.
right.
You can take a few more minutes, take another gold or just go find a gold in the back, something or the other, or sell your resources to click up,
I totally agree with you.
right?
I
But
totally
and
agree
what
with your
I'm
point.
saying is Aragon is capable of doing exactly that. So he has to be very, very careful about not doing those lethargic, fine, I'll just go forward kind of a place.
Right.
And we'll see.
By the way,
Yeah.
Onkar's match is also there tonight, or no?
So
Or have they completed all three?
I'm playing against Omkar's team in about 6.5 hours.
Oh, great!
Yeah.
Best of luck to you.
Yeah, it's gonna be
And I
fun.
hope these casting these games
Gave a nice idea
really,
about how.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Just
So
play again. All open maps versus them.
right. It would be a good practice for next tournament. Sorry to say that, but yeah,
I mean, I'm not. To be honest, that's the thing, right? Like the reason I wanted to play Pocket was to see if I could actually get my build to a level similar to, let's say, OS or Morty or Agent, right?
so again, like I would say, it's not always about the build.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about agent.
Mm-hmm.
His builds may not be the cleanest, but it's more about the decision making when to have your army at what position.
Right, and that's what
So
I mean as a whole concept of build, not just my,
yeah,
build order necessarily. I mean to say in terms of the overall level,
that is
right?
yeah. So again, that intuition you have to build like over a very long period of time. Like he knows the timings. Like one of the games, he was at the TC
Mm-hmm.
building location of the flank.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was versus you. Yeah, I think it was versus you only. When
Right,
he
the
was at
Golden
your
Paid
TC
game.
at the right,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
he knew you were
I
going to
would.
build that TC, and he was there scouting it
Right,
out.
right.
He had that intuition
I
to
mean, that
know
was,
when to have.
to be honest, that was a very unfortunate position for me.
Yeah,
I think
but
until
the
then we
thing
were
is,
looking good.
he does that consistently
Right. Yeah.
across the games. He knows when the TC is going to come,
Right.
so he applies that pressure.
Yeah. Well,
So
I mean, I have a year more to go, so
re-
next year maybe I will come in as a pocket specialist.
I mean, I would say like if you would want to lead the team, it is always good to have that flexibility inside of you that you can play
Right.
as per the situation demands.
Exactly. Yeah.
So best of luck for today's game,
Thank you.
and
And
uh, really sorry for
hey, not at
you
all.
not
I
being
mean,
able
see,
to.
the best teams go forward, right? So
Right.
it was a deserved thing. To be honest, when we were doing the draft, the auctions, I thought that you kind of splurged too much on Adu, but turns out that's actually a genius play, right? So, you know, it's how you set up your team at the end of the day. It's not just who you
Right.
buy; it's also how you set up the team. So,
Right. So basically, I somewhere did have a bit of confidence on myself as well. Like if I pair myself with Adu,
mm-hmm.
it could have been a pretty deadly play. Although I was shaky at the very beginning, I was out of the scene for a very long time.
Right,
But when we started playing, like first series, second series, and the third series, that confidence came back, and now I'm not as afraid. Plus, my team, they look fantastic. I
right,
mean, the way they are performing on off meta maps, on meta maps, like they look complete as a whole.
right.
You give us like we have performed on like almost every map. If you like from arena to African clearing to like
True,
whatever map you put in,
true.
these folks, like me and Adu, okay, we are going to perform, but that is not the tip over. The tip over will be the other folks performing, and they did that, and that helped us. New,
Right.
who's usually ignored, he got an MVP last night, so kudos to New.
Makes sense. Yeah. All right. So good luck
All
to
right,
you for the next. I think we'll probably see your
now
games in the new year after New Year. So
yeah,
the next
now it's going to be
game,
a good break. Now we can relax, chill,
yeah,
have a beer, and
with the frosted AOEPL beer mug, right?
yeah. True.
All right.
All right,
So
boys.
next game is going to be Bangalore versus Delhi in about 6.5 hours time, and
Same time
then
as you.
yeah, same time as us. And that's
Mm-hmm.
the key game pretty much that determines the standings on
All right.
group 1, and then followed up by pretty much what I would call as saving grace games for us, Chennai versus Mumbai, and
Yeah.
on Monday morning, no, Monday night,
Right.
Hyderabad is facing Pune Paladins for the other side of saving grace games.
But yeah, I have always been rooting for your team. I hope you win this set
Thank you.
3-0. Best of luck,
We'll
bro.
try our best.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Jet Cops.
Thank you.
We will end the stream here. Thank you, everyone. See you all
Thank you.
in
Bye
about
bye.
6.5 hours.